on YouTube. Making sure. Okay, we are live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. All right, let's go. Perspectives and Facts podcast. Okay, let me get this banner going straight too. Hold on. Make sure we got the banner going. Yep. Okay. Boom. We back in here. We back. Perspectives Facts podcast. We live on YouTube, live on Twitter. Got everybody in here. Okay, cool. Let me get the comments rolling, get the chat. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody coming in here, chilling. We got a lot of people in here, 53 already, just from Twitter vibing to the music. Hope everybody enjoyed Thursday music. You know what I'm saying? It was like a throwback Thursday little vibe we had going on. Last track wasn't really an old track, but anyways, we played some good music, had a good time, just chilled out for a little bit. Hopefully everybody, grab their blunts, grab some drink, grab some eat, got everything settled with themselves because we have a jam-packed show today. LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith, the niggas is crashing out right now. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James did a great interview with Pat McAfee, gave him the layup for the content. A lot of people are salty. A lot of people's feelings are hurt. A lot of niggas crashing out. We're going to get into that. Yella Beezy was arrested. They have footage of the alleged hired assassin walking down Mo 3. We have that situation. Salute Trevor Jackson in the building. You know what I'm saying? We also do have Big U, who came in also in the news for the RICO case that he caught. We have everything surrounding that with Brick Baby. He's got caught up on the case too. Also with Loose Cannon getting caught up on that case. Whack 100, Academics, Adam 22, all these guys are intertwined with the situation. So we're going to be breaking down that wall to wall. So we do have a lot of coverage from the LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith topic. We have that pretty much chronology. What I'm looking for. It's pretty much broken down in order. We also have the Yella Beezy stuff pretty much broken down and the Big U stuff timeline broken down. But the LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith topic, from the back and forth, from the comments from LeBron and Stephen A. on both their platforms, from Stephen A. threatening. I won't even say he threatened LeBron James. I won't even go that far, but pretty much that breakdown. Salute Therapy Radio in the building. Everybody's commentary from all angles of media. So we're going to be breaking that down also, and pretty much just really getting into everything that was pretty much going on this weekend. I was thinking about doing a show this weekend, but I was kind of just chilling and shit. So I was like, dog, like I'm going to relax. On top of the fact that because some of this news was legal, as far as the Yella Beezy case and the Big U case, because we kind of broke the Big U news, big homie. But because we kind of were on site with that, as far as when that news broke, we were able to be streaming and get that news out. I wanted to give it a good couple days, almost a good week, for some of the stuff to filter out, some of the allegations, the lies, the fallouts, other people getting arrested, other people, going in for questioning, more of the cases to be unraveling. I wanted some more content to develop a story around. And then luckily, this Stephen A. Smith, LeBron James news, it's been going on at a daily basis. I think this is kind of at its peak as far as where they're going at it. And we just need to go ahead and since this, let's just say, story, I feel like has come to a mass with Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James, it's a good point to break that down, because with the Big U situation, there's been arrests, there's been certain things that come out. It's a good point to break this down. And with Yella Beezy even getting his bail dropped from $1 million, I think, to like $700K. The killer knowing which one is the snitch, the footage coming out with that. Like I said, Playboi Carti, his album sales, his Billboard charts, things that were counted for his album, things that weren't counted for his album, him dropping the deluxe and then dropping a visual for Fuck With My DJ. That was pretty dope. Also, Marvin Sapp closing church doors and running a ransom for $40,000 was crazy. And he did it. And we need to break that down. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I low-key want to break down the Marvin Sapp shit first, but I think we need to just get right into the topic with LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith. I don't want to even, like play around these topics right now. I don't want to just, start talking about one thing and then that's all we got right now. Let's go straight into LeBron James and everything that's going on with that. They actually dropped a new LeBron James song too. I don't know if you guys been listening to that shit. That shit's kind of crazy. Okay, man. So first, before we even start with the beef, we're gonna go and play a little bit of LeBron James and Pat McAfee's interview that he did with his platform, and I want to give some props to LeBron James and how he pretty much talked about his relationships with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and a few other people that he played with. He came across in his career. Also, I want to kind of just highlight the interview in a way. I don't want to just always just stick to the beef a little bit. I want to kind of, analyze the conversation for what it was as we get into the beef, because the beef is intertwined with the conversation. But to be honest, this was the first. I won't even say the first. This was the most candid, the most honest LeBron James interview I think we've gotten. I don't want to say ever, but it just really does feel like this is the most transparent LeBron James interview we've received in quite some time, especially just thinking about LeBron James. He has the shop. He has his clutch media he does, but it seems like it's more controlled. The questions are pampered. These are things that it come across as predictable and come across as like it's more like marketing. This seems like LeBron James in his 20 years and 25 plus years being a public figure, that LeBron James came through and really just, I won't say didn't care, but really just came through and just told it how he felt it, like kind of just chilled, laid back, and just, gave it up the way, if you asked him a question, it wasn't like he was holding anything back. He kept it real with everybody. Damn, 40K to open the door to church. It's going to be all over that. Lock him. Hey, listen, we gonna get to Marvin Sapp. If y'all want to get to Marvin Sapp first and say something in the chat, let me know. But before we get to that, let's break down this LeBron James situation. Please hit the chat, super chat, hit the like button, and let's go with this.
Michael at a good spot.
Who, me and Michael?
Jordan?
Yeah, we're a good spot.
Oh, and just to give you guys some reference about what they're talking about, he's pretty much breaking down. They're asking him, what's your relationship like with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant? How was that relationship? And he's pretty much giving you a quick summary of what it's like.
We don't talk.
Why not, you think?
Because I'm still playing. I'm still focused on my craft right now.
When you're done, you think you two will be the
only two
that can have a conversation?
I hope so. The funny thing is, like me and Kobe, besides our, the late great Kobe, obviously, me and Kobe never had a real relationship either until we was because I'm still playing. I'm still playing.
Okay, so you and Michael at a good spot.
Who, me and Michael?
Jordan?
Yeah, we're a good spot. We don't talk.
Why not, you think?
Because I'm still playing. I'm still focused on my craft right now.
When you're done, you think you two will be the only two that can have a conversation?
I hope so. The funny thing is, like me and Kobe.
I want to stop right there on that conversation. Yeah. Oh, that was like last week. That was like 2 weeks ago. But I want to break that down real quick. He said that him and Mike, they're cool, but they don't they don't talk. They don't have like no type of fucking, relationship that, they call each other every day. Like they're cool, but they're cordial. And like you said, I think it's just because LeBron's playing right now and Mike still has that competitive, like he knows LeBron James does his active propaganda to overtake Jordan's throne artificially. So of course Jordan don't rock with him. But I don't think it's like, I want to beat this nigga up. But I think it's a rivalry where they never played against each other, but legacy's at a rivalry. So I think that's fair. I think that's pretty predictable. And now this is LeBron James talking about his relationship with Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, besides our, the late great Kobe, obviously, me and Kobe never had a real relationship either until we was on the Olympic team. We had a great relationship there. Olympic team 8, Olympic team 12. But it was always competitive between us. We were always like, I was on the East Coast, he was on the West Coast. And it was like, even though we never, I fucked up one time in 09 and didn't beat Orlando. And I think it was 09, didn't beat Orlando and didn't get my opportunity to play him in the finals. But like, and until I became a Laker and then he retired, that's when our relationship like became really, really good. Yeah.
And I'm going to pause it on that standpoint too. LeBron James, when people say, oh, LeBron James is the second greatest player of all time, I'm like, the reason why I say he's not because of what he just said there. Like LeBron James, he had his opportunities when it was time to meet Kobe in the finals to meet that nigga in the finals and do his thing, and he didn't do it. Like, you let Orlando pack you out, you let the Celtics pack you out. Kobe beat both them teams. Like, what are we talking about? I just feel like also with the Olympics, both, times they got gold for a team standpoint, pretty sure Kobe Bryant changed his approach in order to win the gold medal. I think that was dope. And, just back in the day, bro, I think it kind of just shows you, like, back in the day, a lot of these niggas wasn't friends, bro. Like, Kobe wasn't trying to rock with niggas. Kobe wasn't trying to, at the, after the, the season over at summertime, you can come play. You could run the court at UCLA, in the summertime. Just give me a call. Kobe was like, bro, don't call me. Don't talk to me. I bet not catch you nowhere near gym, nowhere near basketball court. I don't want to catch a basketball in your hands around me type shit. Like, Kobe Bryant was like, nah, nigga, I'm not seeing none of you niggas till opening night. And when y'all on the schedule, that's it. I'm only talking to y'all when I'm talking shit to you sorry ass niggas on the court. Because guess what? Y'all drove here. Y'all either came on a bus or drove a car. I came here on a helicopter. I'm Kobe Bryant. I came to this game on a helicopter. I'm about to drop 40 on you niggas and go home on a helicopter. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like, you niggas drove to the arena. This nigga flew here. Kobe wasn't fucking with nobody. But here we go.
He like welcomed me, called me, like, bro, anything you need in LA, like, I got you. You're a Laker now, you family, and we would have multiple conversations. He was obviously, I saw him coming to a lot of games and things of that nature. And when I passed him in the scoring record in Philly, I think he had a tweet out there like, keep on going, like, keep transcending the game, keep going, like, and that shit like meant so much to me. So, like, I think it's because I'm still playing, and MJ's, we all know MJ. Even if you don't know him personally, he's one of the most ruthless competitors there is. And till I'm done, and he doesn't have to look at me run up and down wearing the number 23. And every time my name is mentioned with his, he's like, I don't fucking talk to you.
Yeah, I'm on a golf course. Yeah, I'm on a golf course.
Don't talk to me right now. I'm on the back nine. Do not call me.
It was great to see y'all at the top 75.
Oh yeah, that was dope. That was dope. That's straight respect, admiration, and just like, me for sure. I mean, shit. Like I said, I wear 23 because of MJ. And that shit, the inspiration that he gave me as a kid in Akron, Ohio, that don't have much inspiration in your hometown. You look at something. It got to be somebody in sports, somebody in music, somebody on the TV screen. So, like, Will Smith on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Michael Jordan playing for the Bulls, Jay-Z, Biggie, and Tupac. That was like, that was my inspirations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed that because I didn't have, like,
Lang.
Yeah, couldn't be fucking Jerome Lang.
Yeah.
He's like, they know me and shit. So, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, salute LeBron. Like I said, I want to play some of these things because everybody, wants to go straight into the beef and pause and, oh my God, did you hear what LeBron said and this and that? And I think the more important thing was, like, what about the conversation where we have these moments where we talk about LeBron James? He's always the topic of conversation for the most part. And for us to kind of finally get a point where he can kind of tell his own side and tell his own story, and not on a scripted way, just on, okay, these are the questions. Okay, this, I'm just going to tell y'all, like I said, like how I came up, my relationship with Jordan and Kobe. Like, I can only have a relationship with Jordan and Kobe the way it's only us at the top, really. That's why they ain't asking him, yo, what's your relationship? And there's another thing. That's why everybody wants to say, oh, Kobe Bryant's not in the top 3. Nobody gives a fuck if he talking to Tim Duncan. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's ever asked this nigga, hey, yo, LeBron, what's your relationship with Magic Johnson? You know why? Because nobody ever cares. Nobody's asking LeBron, hey, yo, what was your relationship with Shaq? Hey, what's your relationship with Kareem? Did you ever talk to Wilt Chamberlain? Were you and Bill Russell close? No. They want to know, hey, it was only 3 niggas who goddamn was GOATs. And Kobe, Jordan, what was your relationship with these two? So anybody who says Kobe ain't top 3 is capping. They hating ass niggas. And I promise you, dog, that's all it is. That's all it is. And we got LeBron James having another conversation about, just where he was in the league and his position, the certain things, he was doing in his era, around the earlier parts, which, like I said, these are the parts that I want to hear about, because with Dwayne Wade retiring, he's doing these speaking situations where he's talking about how he was in league. We have Carmelo Anthony with his podcast. we have a lot of these former players who recently retired last 10 years who come from this era, that early 2000s era, where they're kind of coming out and saying things that went on behind the scenes and off the court, and to kind of get LeBron James in his bag to, you know, say the things he's seen and his side from it. I think this is definitely going to be, you know, something you guys are going to be interested to hear also. Let me see. Tim Duncan is one of the greats. He played, won rings, finished college, and paid for it. He had no off-court drama. Yeah, and nobody's ever asking LeBron James, hey, dog, what did you and Tim Duncan, y'all ever go out to dinner? You know, Tim Duncan was great. You know, I like Tim Duncan, but, you know, Tim Duncan went and Kobe. Kobe was cooking that nigga. When it was him and Tim Duncan beat Kobe Bryant, I want to say maybe 2 times. Like, I think they played at maybe 5 to 6 times total in playoffs. Tim Duncan got 2. He got it in, I want to say 1999, second round, the Spurs beat, 1999, 2000. No, it was 1998, 1999, lockout season. The Spurs swept the Lakers in the second round when the Spurs went to the finals. In 2003, second round, when the Lakers lost in 6 to the Spurs after the Lakers won a 3-peat. All before and after 03, Lakers are kind of running. But Tim Duncan definitely was a GOAT. Tim Duncan, it was definitely a era where Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Kobe, those 3 niggas was running the NBA until Wade and LeBron came through. So, yeah.
Everybody always decides that for some odd reason that Rondo wasn't as great as Rondo was.
Yeah.
It's always just the big 3.
He's from Boston.
Hold on.
And then you look at the big 4.
And this is him kind of talking about the Celtics. Like I said, Celtics, Lakers, Cavs, Heat, that whole era, LeBron's first stint, and just the dynamic of the league and him trying to maneuver to his first championship. So this is here. This is the clip.
And then you look at the big 4 that Boston had. You know, everybody talk about the big 3, but everybody always decides that for some odd reason that Rondo wasn't as great as Rondo was.
Yeah.
It's always just the big 3.
He's from Boston.
Not me.
They say the big 3, but fucking Rondo was when he was a dog. He brought it all. He made it all work with those guys because Ray wasn't bringing the ball up. You had Ray flying around. You know, you had Paul when he get it at a certain spot, and Paul was a killer. And then you had KG was anchoring the defense, and also, you throw it to the low post. But they all started with the mind, and that was with Rondo. So for me to go down to Miami, man, one, it was a terrifying experience for me. You got to think, I know a lot of people know, it's the first time I ever left my hometown.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about that, he got it back. Oh, that's the one I'll never forget. That one he got back from us in 2010. Oh, man. I know he said that was his sweetest one, too.
Yeah.
He said that was the one.
Yeah, the loss to y'all was the toughest, and the win was the sweetest.
Doing it without Shaq.
Yeah.
Yep, doing it without Shaq. Oh, man, that was cold. We had 4 All-Stars, dude. You know that? Yeah, 4 All. He was the only All-Star. Him and Pau, he had 2. He had Pau Gasol, but he toughened Pau Gasol up.
Oh, man.
Because that first finals, we ran through Pau Gasol.
Oh, I seen Kobe obliterate Pau Gasol, and I told Pau to the side, like, bro,
you can't let this happen.
Just I hear what he's saying, but let me just.
He made.
You know how crazy I am. I had to like.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Like, nigga,
God damn.
At Pau's head, but like you said, he made him a lot tougher.
He made him a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He made him a Hall of Famer. Without Kobe, Pau just
another skilled hero. I don't think you could teach dog, but Kobe put some of his dog in Pau. And it's funny that you recognize that.
Yeah, I saw the difference in his game. In that second finals,
whatever language Pau needed it, Kobe would have cussed him out in that language. Well, Kobe didn't fuck around when he came to losing, man.
And we got another one. Like I said, we're gonna break this down, but we're gonna, let LeBron, talk about shit he got going on. But here we go. This is because we know goddamn Wendy, Brian Windhurst, that's LeBron James' homeboy, right? That's LeBron James' homeboy. I don't want to call him, how can I say this? I don't want to call him a dick rider or anything, but Brian Windhorst has been covering LeBron since LeBron coverage was like, he invented the LeBron coverage, to be honest, dog. Just to keep it a buck, I can say he kind of helped, do the LeBron coverage, and he's really built a career off of how can I say this, dog? He's kind of built a career of being a LeBron just reporter, like his whole career on ESPN has been like, hey, I'm the nigga with LeBron James scoop. So, here we got Pat McAfee asking about him. Here we go. We got the clip ready. We got the content. Let's go ahead and get this going. Here we go.
Now there's people saying he would have.
Yeah.
And there's other people going,
Yeah. Why not do?
why wouldn't he? And we would like let everybody know when it happened. We all had the same. When we even pulled up the roster, the high school roster with Wendy on it. And I think the reason why it was potentially said is because this is what we thought of Wendy and LeBron's relationship. Just as people that are kind of outside. I think just yesterday on First Take, maybe Russo, shout out Mad Dog. He said it's a good get. It's a good get LeBron for over an hour. I couldn't do that. Maybe Wendy could do that because I think that's how Russo viewed Wendy's relationship with LeBron. And then everybody was saying Wendy never said he was friends with LeBron. Like a lot of people sticking up for Wendy, which once again, we like Wendy.
That's right.
And all the people sticking up for Wendy probably like Wendy as well. We understand that. But there definitely was a narrative that Wendy is basically LeBron's guy. He wrote 4 books about it. Yeah. He wrote 4 books about LeBron James. He covered him in high school. He said his mom taught him in high school. He watched his first game whenever he was 14 and deemed him the guy. He's been covering him throughout the entirety. I think all of us assumed, that's why he put him in a photo, and that's why Mad Dog Russo yesterday said Wendy could probably get him on there. We all assumed that was a thing. And then, LeBron kind of, for the first time ever, just is like, it's been kind of weird, this guy. And it's like, we did not expect that.
No.
And to Wendy, I don't think Wendy, well, maybe Wendy did. I don't know. How does that relationship actually operate? One that we've seen for 20 plus years now. How is it? Because you have to see each other. Guy wrote 4 books about you. Mm-hmm. Okay. You would see each other. You would assume. We hope they too, just like we hope Stephen A. which I said immediately afterwards. I hope they get a chance to do that.
He went on his show and said, don't let LeBron fool you.
Hold on, this is the comments he made about Windhorse right here.
He went on his show and said, don't let LeBron fool you. He wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan. Okay, that's a fact. He signed with Nike because of Michael Jordan. It's like, no, the fuck I didn't. I signed with Nike because I got a hell of a signing bonus, and they gave me a 7-year, $90 million contract. And I moved my mom out of the hood the next day I signed that contract. And ultimately, my whole thing is what do I want to wear off the court? It's I want to wear fucking Nikes. I want to wear Jordans. I want to wear pennies. I want to wear Bo Jacksons. I want to wear Air Maxes. I want to wear so
primes.
What are we talking about? He went on his show and said, don't let LeBron fool you.
And this is the main comment that got niggas all upset right here. This was it right here. I wanted to kind of give you guys more context a little bit, but this is just the part everybody's upset about. This is addressing Brian Windhorse.
I see a lot of shit too. I seen Brian Windhorse on one of these shows not too long ago.
Wendy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right? He was on your high school.
This guy was says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird, but I see a lot of shit too. I seen Brian Windhorse on one of these shows not too long ago.
Wendy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right? He was on your high school.
This guy was says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird, but I see a lot of shit too. I see.
Yeah, and then this is LeBron James talking about your boy Stephen A. Smith right here. LeBron's getting in his bag right here, dog. LeBron's really letting these niggas know.
Stephen A. Hey, legit. That feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, we're watching it. We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing it as well.
So he literally it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
You would be not to talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it, it's your ass. Seriously, it's and another. He completely missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players, and I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell, He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tidy whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance. But you're right.
Dude, like relax, bro. Like relax. Like seriously.
And see what. One thing I want to talk about with what he said too, and Brian and not Brian Windhorst, Pat McAfee laughing, right? See, LeBron James and LeClutch Sports have their own media analysts that are paid and managed by LeBron James and his people, right? He doesn't have such a tight grip on ESPN that he would want. You know, ESPN is the same people who aired the Jordan doc. ESPN, I think, is pro Jordan a little bit, maybe, right? LeBron James fell out with Kendrick Perkins. I would say LeBron James is not cool with Stephen A. Smith. LeBron James didn't like how they platformed Skip Bayless back in the day. I don't think LeBron James is really favorable to ESPN. LeBron James not going to any basketball affiliate on ESPN's network and going straight to Pat McAfee, not going to Stephen A. Smith, not going to Shannon Sharp, with their names being bigger than ever in independent media, not going to Club Shay Shay, knowing Shannon Sharp said he wanted to pour honey on his goat, which was LeBron James. Shannon Sharp, the same Shannon Sharp, is about to fight the whole T. Morant and the whole Grizzlies about LeBron James. You don't go sit down with him, right? You don't go sit down with Stephen A. Smith, who's bigger than ever. You don't go sit down with anybody on NBA, ESPN media, right? You take your value and you platform and leverage Pat McAfee, who's already at war with half of ESPN and Stephen A. Smith for leverage, for coverage. He was putting on Shams, who does NBA coverage, over Wojnarowski. There's a beef between Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith at ESPN. Stephen A. Smith just signed that $100 million 5-year deal. LeBron James runs down on him and then uses his leverage to put Pat McAfee on a higher level than he was before by giving him the exclusive LeBron James interview that none of the basketball analysts, talent, or coverage or journalists were able to snag. The white former NFL punter, who already came in with his media platform, not only was able to snag Aaron Rodgers last year, but he's able to snag the exclusive LeBron James interview this year. And that lessens and cuts the legs right up under the basketball talent at ESPN. And I think that was a power move by LeBron James and Pat McAfee to usurp and undermine Stephen A. Smith's basketball reach and that whole basketball department's influence on the NBA. Because if you haven't been paying attention, guys, Pat McAfee has had a terrible, hard time trying to get ESPN analysts to go over to his platform and give any type of NBA coverage. Pat McAfee has not had anybody from NBA Shoot Around, Hoop Around, whatever platform we want to talk about, Perkins and all the niggas. None of them seem to have time to go over and give NBA coverage and correspondence to Pat McAfee's platform. It is said, allegedly, that those people are loyal to Stephen A. Smith, Adrian Wojnarowski, a lot of the older ESPN staff. So because they're Team Stephen A., they don't go to Pat McAfee's show and give NBA coverage, thus hampering Pat McAfee's NBA coverage for his own platform. So to respond to that, he's going to go ahead and get LeBron James, like he's doing right now, to say, hey, I don't need you guys to come on and talk basketball. I'll get LeBron James, just like how he did last year. Aaron Rodgers, this was a power move by LeBron James and Pat McAfee to undermine ESPN's influence once again and Stephen A. Smith's influence once again. I think that's the deeper story, and everything that we're going to watch right now is the fallout. But I just wanted to give you guys some insight that you might not be getting throughout everybody talking about these two guys going at it right now. So we played that, and then we're going to also play Stephen A. Smith going at Brian Windhorst on his platform. So give me one moment. Let me share this tab. Hit that like button, subscribe, Cash App. Fair use. Even though you guys still hit copyright, we'll just get out the show later. But here we go. Stephen A. Smith.
When LeBron talked about the media weeks ago, what does he do now? He comes on Pat McAfee Show to get again today and listen to what he had to say. Listen closely. Check it out.
It's a lot of shit too. Like I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like
Wendy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
He was on high
yeah,
school.
this guy was like, says he's like my best friend. These guys are just weird.
I have worked with Brian Windhorst for years. Never once did he say that LeBron was a best friend. A matter of fact, years earlier, it was LeBron who sat in front of the microphones and said, probably nobody knows me better than Brian Windhorst, who's been covering me since I was in junior high school. But that's how he talked about him. Brian Windhorst is an exceptional commentator who does a phenomenal job for ESPN. My show, Get Up, NBA.
And if that's true, what Stephen A. Smith said, which I believe to be true, if we can find some footage, I'm not about to look up Brian Windhorst, but I believe it to be true. Yeah, if he's been saying, if LeBron James co-signed Windhorst, then you look kind of crazy that like you don't know who this guy is, because it seemed like to me like Brian Windhorst has literally made his whole career being like LeBron James, like the inside man. Pause to LeBron James and everything about him since high school. So it's just kind of funny. I see where Stephen A. is coming from here. Like I said, I'm not gonna kick Stephen A.'s back in, even though I did say that Stephen A. Smith, to me, in this realm, Stephen A. Smith is looking like academics right now.
Today, Sports Centers, goes and covers the game. He is one of the elite people covering the NBA in this world. And nobody, I repeat, nobody defends LeBron James more than that man. And look at what LeBron James did. Y'all have watched Wendy Report for years. Tell me one time. Tell me one thing that Brian Windhorst has done to negatively impact LeBron James. One, take your time. I'll wait. Nobody is more fair. Nobody digs deeper. Maneuvers through the crevices to find the positive about LeBron James, no matter what the story is. But that's how LeBron talked about it.
Amen. We also got Cameron and Mace breaking it down right here. Let's go. Fair use. We have wall-to-wall coverage on all the premium black news right now. Everything niggas want to talk about. Never mind that China has microwavable X-ray lasers that they shoot at the ops that I've been hearing about. They have microwave lasers that it shoots at your skin and it makes your inside of your skin feels like it's on fire, like you're sitting inside of a microwave, and people are really like running and frying themselves to death. They're hitting niggas with microwave lasers in China, but we want to talk about LeBron James, and we need to know what Cameron, a nigga with a fitted cap and a suit on, has to say. Don't worry about the lasers, guys. Don't worry about China and the lasers. That has nothing to do. Don't worry about China shooting microwave lasers and turning your blood into popcorn. Don't worry about that. That's not what you want to hear about. Just like you don't want a BET to run a news site. This is what you want. You want fitted cap and zoot suit news. So here we go. Let me hit the Cash App. Hit that like button. You know, let's not act like we don't know why we're in here. Let's not TikTok. Biggest weapon of mass destruction is actually TikTok. Come on, dog. This nigga is in a. Come on. This is what we want to know. Come on, that's why we're all in here. We have 75 people in here because we want the nigga news. If I was in here breaking down the microwavable missiles, the X-ray guns right now, I'd be banned on all these apps. This is what we're gonna talk about tonight.
Is your loyalty to LeBron James or your loyalty to ESPN? So we know you cover LeBron. We got you covering him first 12, 13, 14, 15. You know, he's 22 years in. But then it starts saying, okay, the LeBron game ain't going to last but however much so longer. Maybe they peeped that 8 years ago. So Wendy might have been more loyal to ESPN. Possibly. I don't know. That's what, to me,
that's when it could have gotten weird.
That's how I'm taking it. Because the second scenario is even crazy if you're just following a nigga around and then the nigga never been speaking to you like that for 22 years. That's the worst. I hope the first scenario is realistic on what I told you. But because for a nigga to follow a nigga around 22 years, murder right, you just gonna follow me and make a living off me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This got to be crazy. That's some wild shit. Because if I'm LeBron, I would have made that clear a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
bro.
this-
I don't know this nigga.
Yeah, and this lets you know how much people don't be knowing what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because if he got away with this for 20 years, regardless of what we're assuming here, LeBron is saying this himself. So either LeBron is the biggest liar or Brian is the biggest weirdo. It's one or the other. So y'all let us know because somebody is on the record right here.
Yeah.
Which one do y'all think for the people watching? Do you think LeBron is the biggest liar or you think Brian is the biggest weirdo? Let us know.
I think Bron is the biggest liar because personally, we all knew Brian Windhorst was like Brian Windhorst really been like he was like the first sign up to the LeBron James fan club, to be honest, as like a media member. If he wasn't certified and stamped by LeBron James, he would never got hired by ESPN. I don't feel like he would have ever been platformed the way he was if he wasn't cool with LeBron James. I like the way that Mason Cam broke that down, that maybe Brian Windhorst pivoted a few times, knowing that LeBron James' career wasn't going to last forever. And because of that, LeBron might, have an issue with that. Let's go through comments. I heard America is about to pay FBA in Zimbabwe money. That'd be crazy. That's kind of funny. Yeah, they both up there looking like they just got drafted by the B League. I feel you, Black. I already knew you were talking about this one. They both up there looking like they got B League 10-day contracts. Makes it like his church been doing what Marvin Sapp did. Hey, on God. Hey, listen, man. Y'all keep bringing up Marvin Sapp, man. I ain't trying to Brian saying side of the hill, FBA in Zimbabwe. Hey, listen, man. And this is also something that this is what LeBron James posted after Stephen A. Smith started crashing. Hold on. We're not even going to get to that. Hold on. I think this is a clip right here. Let me see if that's or hold on. I want to find the clip where Stephen A. Smith said he was going to, put hands on LeBron James. Hold on. Stephen A. Smith. Give me a second. Okay. Boom. Give me a second. We're gonna get this clip rolling. I gotta see. Same time he would have hit this nigga. Yep. Here we go. Okay. So this is what Stephen A. said right here. Let me get to share the screen. Here we go. This is old nigga crashing out to me, to be honest.
That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
So LeBron responded by posting this. This is what LeBron posted immediately. Immediately after that.
Yeah, make it more free. That push. Clean up that cup more. Raise him up. Yeah, make it more free. Push. Clean up that cup more. Raise him up. Yeah, make it more free.
So LeBron James pretty much clowned Stephen A. Smith for saying this shit right here.
That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
You would have swung on LeBron James. Like, nigga, we told you should have did that. You would have swung on him? Like, this is why a lot of you niggas, like, y'all don't ever make boxing videos, bro. Like, stop that fucking bullshit, these boxing videos, dog. Like, yeah, come on, man. Come on, hold on. Stephen A. Ether LeBron. Hey, I feel you. Hey, listen, I feel you. That's a reputation. Cameron, don't matter if you 5 foot or 8'11". He didn't say he win. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said he would have swung on him. Hey, I would have swung on LeBron James. $100 million contract. He would have got, JFK in the building, nigga. All right, nigga would have got Pop running down on me with the small hats, nigga. LeBron never been to fight. Stephen ain't never been to fight the way he talked. Brown would have beat the 3-point Stephen made his whole career at it on God. Yeah, dog. Hey, man. I think Stephen A, man, listen, Stephen A got a $100 million contract. I would have crashed out on that nigga. He ain't gonna just walk up on me. Just gonna walk up on me, my nigga. And Stephen A. Smith responded to the IG post today on his show. See, so Stephen A. Smith woke up today, and I guess he's seen social media. And to me, Stephen A. Smith decided today was going to be the day he crashed out. Hit the like button, guys. We got 15 people in here from YouTube. We have 66 on X. That's 81 in total. So everybody in here. This is Stephen A. Smith crashing out on his show. Come on, man. That nigga look upset right here, don't he? Come on, dog. Go through a couple more comments. All right, cool. Get this rolling.
He puts out some page about me, boxing and all of this other stuff from a decade ago with 2 torn rotator cuffs. Fine, no problem. It's very, very embarrassing video. I'll be the first to say and all that stuff, even though I like it to be left up there. Because if people think I want to throw hands like that, that's how I throw hands. Knock yourself out. I'm good with it. I know that the man I am today is not the man that I was a decade ago, physically or beyond. I can tell you that. So we get that out the way. Why do I bring that up? Because that's how petty you've become. You're LeBron James. You that butthurt over the things that I'm saying, that you would post that video. When has LeBron James ever done something like that? But suddenly you're doing that as it pertains to me. This man is in his feelings. I wonder why. Could it be because I don't believe you're the GOAT? Because I'll never believe you're the GOAT? Because I have you number 2 at all times? Do I have to have ESPN and First Take put up the ticker tape right now and say, yo, could you put that up there, please? Great father, great husband, great philanthropist, great businessman, great director, great producer, great host, great basketball player, great leader. I mean, my God, I have done everything but put diapers and a bib on this brother. But it ain't enough, because one thing matters to him and one thing only, and that's him being recognized as the greatest of all times. Well, you're not in my book. That belongs to Michael Jordan.
All right. And once again, I just feel like Stephen A. Smith, you can't get mad when niggas start trolling you. Now, I do understand that because he's not a LeBron Glazer, that he is looked at as a hater. And I don't think he's a hater. He's not a Glazer. But I think when you don't glaze LeBron, then you're gonna get punished for it. And I think Stephen A's will keep fighting back the glaze. But I do think this is where what I'm about to play now is I was with Stephen A. Smith up until this morning. I was like, hey, listen, dog, Stephen A. Smith, I'm going to agree that he's just being objective, and he's been objective about LeBron James until today. Until he did this today. He almost had it. All he had to do was just keep the shit moving, my nigga. But did he? No, the fuck he didn't. So here we go. Stephen A. Smith. Fair use.
Happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing a championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that. I didn't bring up the fact that even though when people had asked, you had alluded to what had happened tragically to your son, and thank God he's okay with his heart condition. I didn't bring up the fact that even though you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame induction of Dwayne Wade weeks earlier, you were out of the country on business. I didn't bring that up. That's your personal business. Okay, but the fact is you wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction of a brother that's going to drastically assist to you being a Hall of Famer because he helped you become the champion that you are, and he was a big brother to you. I brought up none of these things. But LeBron James said he'd be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing a championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that. I didn't bring up the fact that even though when people had asked, you had alluded to what had happened tragically to your son, and thank God he's okay with his heart condition. I didn't bring up the fact that even though you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame induction of Dwayne Wade weeks earlier, you were out of the country on business. I didn't bring that up. That's your personal business. Okay, but the fact is you wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction of a brother that's going to drastically assist to you being a Hall of Famer because he helped you become the champion that you are, and he was a big brother to you. I brought up none of these things. But LeBron James said he'd be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed.
And just for this, just for him saying that, Stephen A. saying what we all said during the Heat years, right? He had heart surgery. He can't even focus on a flat backer. Why is he on the court? I think they want him to go on the court. Listen, man. I'm just going through these comments. I feel like Stephen A. drew crossed the line right there because personally, first of all, I think he wasn't at the Bronny thing. I mean, not Bronny thing. He wasn't at the Wade Hall of Fame inductment and situation because just like Therapy Radio said, Bronny had surgery, so he wasn't going to be there. Cool, right? I think that was appropriate for LeBron James. Kobe Bryant Memorial Service comment was bullshit because they're even saying here in the Washington Post that LeBron James was in attendance. And here's Diana Taurasi speaking about LeBron James, looking at LeBron James during the situation. Let me go ahead and just copy this really quick. Oh, shit.
Who has a turn away fadeaway jumper at 11? LeBron barely got it today. Who has a turn away fadeaway jumper at 11? LeBron barely got it today.
And she over there and looks over at LeBron. And I'm going to see if I can find LeBron James' picture where he was standing there. Yep. Actually, that's not the picture. I think that's when they played. But yeah, LeBron James is there. So he was wrong about Stephen A. was wrong about that. And just to drive the point home that he was wrong about that, here is Stephen A. Smith today after he made that comment. Today, he has the same outfit on. Just so y'all want to know, look at this outfit when he said, we're going to play one more time.
Not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing the championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that.
So he has the same suit on right here, literally the same zoot suit. And here he goes today.
To the Olympics. I remember people were blowing up my phone since the first segment of the Olympics. I remember people were blowing up my phone since the first segment of the show when I talked about him at the memorial service, okay? I didn't mean to say he wasn't in the building. I was told he was in the building. You understand? But we saw a whole bunch of players out there. We didn't see him. Why? I'll let him answer that one day if he so chooses. In the end, when it comes to the Olympics, I remember people were blowing up my phone since the first segment of the show when I talked about him at the memorial service, okay? I didn't mean to say he wasn't in the building. I was told he was in the building. You understand? But we saw a whole bunch of players out there. We didn't see him. Why?
So you was capping and you crashed out. Loud, stupid, that'll get you 100 minutes. Bro, on some, bro. Like, bruh, you were capping, bro. Like, you literally came up there and capped. Once he said that, even before he apologized, once he went to the, I'm telling you, you see how he started capping, bro? How you going to say that? How you going to jump out the window and then jump back in the window? Thank you. On God. Like, you looking crazy, dog. Allen Houston, man, that nigga robbed the Knicks. We ain't gonna even go on Allen Houston. Nigga robbed the Knicks blind. But here's Zach Randolph, Tony Allen, Rashad McCants breaking down LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith beef right here. Let's get this going forward. Fair use. Hit the Cash App like button.
But he walked on made them. He just checked him.
He checked the draws off.
Stephen A. Smith said, I'd have whooped your ass.
I'm sure never seen Stephen A. Smith say that. He made the man get out of character.
A lot of niggas want to do what Bron did to Stephen A. Smith. Want to check the shit out of it.
Well, a lot of people have. I mean, everybody get the chance to.
They do.
Yeah.
Everybody get the chance to. They should have.
I don't think everybody got the voice that Bron got.
No, but Stephen A. said he'll pull up on you. So,
but are we having the same energy for
Stephen
everybody?
A. said pull up on me. He opened that platform.
Yeah.
That's why I honored it about it. But it's very entertaining, man. But I honestly thought Bron was bigger than all this shit. I thought he wouldn't even. I thought he was gonna take that approach. Y'all ass.
Bron said I had enough of this shit, man. Y'all keep talking about my son and me.
Yeah,
but he caused that though, bro.
Yeah,
with the tweet
Nick don't like to talk about it because Nick is with it. Nick said, "I can't cheer for my son. I can't want to have my son to be my son."
I think it's one thing.
He not understanding. We saying he brought this. He brought our attention to it because we wasn't looking at him like that. Like that.
I don't think Bron had a problem with Stephen A. criticizing Bronny. I think the problem was him criticizing him as a father, involving him into the league. And it's like, bro, at the end of the day, it's people out here that's doing nothing for their kids, and I set mine up for success. So don't.
I like that. I like that.
Criticize me that way. Don't criticize me that way because I did my job as a father, and you on national television acting like I didn't. I think that was his point more than anything.
I can understand it from that point of view. I can understand it from that
smoke at.
You want me to give him some smoke?
Some goddamn smoke.
I can understand it from that point of view. That's interesting. That actually make me look at it a little different now too, though.
Because it's like, think about it. Like, if your son go to the league and it's like, you ain't got no problem with nobody saying, oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that as a player. But when they say, Tony Allen, stop this. You're the reason for it. It's like, bro, you calling me out as a parent now.
As a father,
when I did my part. And it's like, if you got a problem with me or you got a problem with my son's performance, say that. Don't call me out as a parent because I did my part as a parent to make sure he's successful.
Dig that, man. Well, yeah. But at the end of the day, too, Stephen A., he still got to comment on what he averaging. That's his job.
For sure.
You feel me? But I'm looking at it, too, like, man, 55th pick, man, shit, we expecting you to be good in about 3-4 years. That's when we really should start getting on your ass. And the tactics that we took to get you here, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Other than that, man, shit, I got to speak on this.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
And that's what the kind of media we into now. So, we can talk and speak on something, make a take on somebody,
and then have everybody look at us like we being haters. But the check comes in for this type of information I'm giving. The check is really nice. It's hard to say, no, I'm not going to say LeBron played bad tonight. I'm going to say that shit with passion. I'm invigorated to say that shit because that check is nice. You feel me? But it is never no personal shit. Player to player, it's never personal because we have to critique the game from a certain standpoint where.
All right, so yeah, so I understand what they're saying, and number one, they have a great point where a lot of people want to say this is Stephen A. Smith, but I don't agree about the whole he's a 55th pick because they want to make him the 55th pick, and we shouldn't have a artificial. My thing with Bronny is I don't like to have an artificial like starting point at the bottom, knowing you're going to get all the benefits as if you got drafted number 1 overall. Like you were the 55th pick, but nobody treats you like the 55th pick. You're treated like you were picked first overall by the guaranteed contracts and playing on opening day to getting quality, crucial minutes. So, you know, I don't know. Going down these comments real quick. So everybody comment in the building. Dale, I don't know why OG got all that money. Yeah, you know, none of them would check Skip Bayless though. Because Skip Bayless don't put himself in the position to get checked. Skip Bayless never went outside. That's the difference. Shaq didn't call his son this because the son really wasn't that fire. He didn't have to. Big boy to Bronny was his grown man business, not facts. Bronny's a Make-A-Wish kid. Ain't no way he's supposed to be on the court. Motherfucker won't even pressure him. You know, LeBron helicopter parent. It's not being a father. What's more important, your game or your son? You know, he's right. You guys really going crazy in the comments right now. It's just another WWE villain arc. It's all fake. These guys go home and play golf and do freak offs. They both seen that next Jersey concert, most likely. Here we got Gilbert Arenas. You know, and these guys, and this is another angle where it's like he didn't go, you know, we got Aggie Negroes. Like, oh, he didn't go to any of the black platforms. He didn't talk Club Shay Shay. He didn't go here, didn't go to Gil's Arena. But, you know, hey, I think number one, he didn't go to any of you niggas because he wasn't trying to put any of you niggas on. And number two, you niggas be flip-floppy, wish-washy. And Pat McAfee is outside of the nigga sphere. And he knew he can get a good diplomatic interview off over there. And he wasn't giving none of you niggas no shine, so y'all can switch up after you get the bag on LeBron. That's what I think. Gilbert is not a respected platform. I think his platform is cool, but I think this is a bigger play by LeBron, you know. So here we go.
Yeah, what?
James is
Little
James
Steve
is on the loose.
Hey, Little Steve, what's up?
Them James is on the loose.
Little Steve,
I'm ready for it.
What you got to say?
What I gotta say?
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Sean, please don't eat another one of the LeBron's cookies. You made your point. Over-exaggerated jar close.
Say what?
You exaggerated the jar close.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Oh.
Oh, okay. He said he feels sorry for Shannon Sharp.
And what does Shannon Sharp have to do?
You know, Shannon Sharp really like LeBron.
Shannon Sharp is a LeBron James.
And LeBron went to Pat McAfee and didn't go to Shay Shay.
Did not pull up the club shirt.
Yeah.
You know, everybody would be virtual. You'd be going hard, glazing for LeBron, and then he don't come had a conversation with you.
Yeah.
That's weird.
He didn't want to come into that environment. You know?
He was going a safe environment.
He already showed him what it is. You know, he's what?
Gotta be safe.
Well, nah. You know, I'm just saying, you know.
What you saying?
How long Big Stephen A gonna keep talking about it and your boss gonna keep talking about this LeBron shit, you know? Just please tell me.
Wait a minute. LeBron is up there talking about LeBron.
Because he had to.
No, he didn't.
He did. What did he say? He went on a Taylor Swift tour. And it started here at Django Unchained with y'all. It was 2.0. Django Unchained, two niggas on the NAD. Just, yeah, boss, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Charlie. Yeah.
That was.
No, I ain't that too, motherfucker.
Oh, hey, yard boy. Hey, yard boy. Hey, yard boy, come over here and trim these hedges. Huh?
Both y'all was in.
Hey, what was you at? You was in the field.
Both y'all
You was in the field? You was in the
I've been in
field.
the house.
Hey, yard boy. Hey, yard boy.
I'm over here like, where the hell y'all think y'all
Yeah,
doing?
where we think we going? Got the dress up.
Orange chicken first.
Oh, yeah, we got.
I was Martin.
You know where you got.
The cooking's still good, too.
LeBron, like, great. You know, he connects. He connects more than Jordan and Kobe. He connects.
I agree.
He connects.
Jordan don't talk. Kobe can't talk.
Yeah.
So. Here we go.
Also
Jordan,
talked
Kobe
about
is more stern, just mumble mentality. I'm gonna fuck with y'all.
Man, that is crazy how you just phrase that.
Well, it's the
Jordan
fact. He had
won't
to
talk,
step into
Kobe
the role.
couldn't talk.
He has to step into the role.
Yeah.
And it would makes him the GOAT.
Yeah.
You already, 50,000 is too much. They're not going to get that. But now you got to be the voice, like he said, protect the players, protect my son, solidify the legacy, get rid of the other number 23, and try to get your cookies back.
That's dope.
Tried to get the cookies. He also did talk about his relationship with Kobe and MJ, saying him and Kobe didn't really have a relationship till they went to the Olympics with that Redeem Team squad. Him and MJ don't really have a relationship, but they'll probably talk more after the game is after LeBron finishes playing. But
That makes sense.
No, it don't.
They do. It makes sense, like, when you're talking about Kobe, his idol was like he was the next Jordan. So he's the one that reached out to Jordan, to bug Jordan, to get the information. I want all of his tapes from year 1. I want all of his tapes for year 2. What did you do year 3? He was a machine like that, trying to be that. LeBron knew when he came in, he couldn't be that. He had to be his own man. So, trying to reach out for the help would have made him look weak in a sense, even though it didn't make Kobe look weak. So it didn't make Kobe look weak because he wasn't considered the next Michael when he was getting drafted.
Fair point. But I think for me, the main thing that I got from that clip is Shannon Sharp glazes LeBron James the way Academics does Drake. And when Drake skips over Act, knowing how much Act be glazing, it always makes Act look stupid for being a glazer. Like Shannon Sharp looks stupid for glazing Bron. And then what LeBron did to Shannon was make him low key. You either got to pick sides or I'm gonna make you flinch unless you want blood on your shirt. Yeah, it's a LeGlaze propaganda campaign. Matter of fact, this is speaking of LeGlazing, I think this is a perfect time to segue into this right here. Listen, this is how much LeGlaze niggas got right now. Hold on. We're gonna put this on a big screen because this is top tier egregious levels of LeGlaze right now. This is in the middle of the show. That was for the LeGlazers out there. I know they're in the chat. We have them in the building. That was for you LeGlazers. They dropping a new. I'm telling you, they got a whole mixtape of LeBron James songs. Niggas is out of pocket, out of bounds. Here you go. Look at this old nigga here. Look at this old dusty nigga here. Look at this old. Don't ever trust two faceless, two hairless face niggas. Don't trust no naked face leather lip nigga. Look at this old devious Michelle leather lip ass fucking fuck nigga Shannon Sharp, man. Club LaShay ran out of honey, huh? Let's hear what side he starts twerking on. His homeboy Stephen A. Smith, who got him a jizzob, or the nigga he keeps pouring honey jizzle on, LeBron James. Here we go. Hit the like button, super chat, Cash App. We got the coverage. We got the news. It is all happening. Word of my guy Justin Hunt. Let's go.
Hey. Me, I wish Stephen A. would just left it alone. Once he addressed it, once it happened,
the first time,
address it. This is what happened. He came over to me, said what he said. I want to address it now, and I'm going to be done with it.
Right.
Because as my grandma used to say, boy, stirring up old ish, it still smells.
Mm.
So every time Stephen A talks about it, it stirs it up again.
Yeah.
And look, I see both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
But Stephen A just need to let it go.
Mhm.
He needs to let it go. And now you're like, well, if he'd hit him, I don't think LeBron was coming to hit you. LeBron was coming to tell you, bro, just stop talking about my son.
Right.
He said, because you said, oh, as a father, now you're making it personal. You're making it personal because now you're making it seem, and this is how LeBron, I think, took it. You making it seem that I'm not a good father, that I'm not putting my son in a position to be successful. And so you're pushing this. And so LeBron took it a certain way.
Mhm.
And am I surprised LeBron responded the way he did so publicly? Because LeBron is a very private person.
Yes, sir.
He might have an issue with someone and you will never know it.
You'll never know it. Yeah.
You will never know it. So, and so for him to do that at a game,
Mhm.
and it wasn't after the game, it wasn't before the game, it
Mhm.
was the third quarter during a timeout,
Right.
lets you know how upset he was at Stephen A and what Stephen A had been saying. But at this point in time,
Mhm.
I understand LeBron, they asked LeBron about this, but if I'm Stephen A, hey, guys, I've already addressed that. He said what he said. I understood his point. I said what I said. Now it's time to move on.
Right.
Look, it's not going to stop me from talking about LeBron James, the basketball player on the court.
Mhm.
But the incident, I feel that we've talked about it ad nauseum. I feel we've talked about it enough, and now it's time to move on. That's what I wish Stephen A would do.
Yeah.
But like he said, I mean, look, I get it. That's LeBron James. It's the biggest name in pro North American sport.
Right.
And when you mention his name, good, bad, or indifferent, people will want to click and hear what you have to say about him. But the one thing I know about this guy, and I know him a little bit, I don't know him as well as a lot of people do.
Right.
That man loves his family. He's gonna protect his family now.
Always. And I think when you think about it and you go back to the way things happen with LeBron actually addressing Stephen A courtside is, well, what Stephen A said obviously was said publicly on a public forum on TV. So he addressed it the exact same way, publicly, courtside in the middle of a game.
Yes.
Now, as a father, and like Stephen A said, he understood where LeBron was coming from. Knowing Stephen A, I think in the individual that he is, LeBron said what he had to say today. I'm sure Stephen A is going to respond to that because
he did.
If you think about it, anytime anyone says anything to or about Stephen A, he's going to have an answer to whatever is being said. That's just him, and it's always been him. I know you would like him to leave it alone, but I don't think that's not how this gonna go.
The only thing I would have said was Stephen A. Look, I know people are gonna like, man, LeBron should have stole on you. LeBron should have did this. Man, they just talking.
Yeah,
Stephen A. Man, you the same man. I'm about to be 57. You about to be 58. Bro, that ain't even your MO.
Right.
You ain't gonna fight nobody. LeBron wasn't gonna swing on you, and you wasn't gonna, LeBron wasn't gonna swing on you, so there would have been no need for you to swing on him. I'm glad you guys stood there and y'all talked. Look, he said what he said. You seemed to be receptive at the time of it. You said you understood because he was speaking to you as a father and not LeBron James, the basketball player. And you said you understood that. Let it go now.
Yeah.
Let it go now.
Hey, man. I agree with Shannon Sharp, though. Bro should have let it go. Like, you should just been classy about it, let it go, and it wouldn't go viral. The more you talk about it, the more life you're giving it. And I thought you being a old media head, you would know media 101, but you don't care. He just didn't want to be the last nigga to talk about it because he's seen niggas crashing out on him the night before he woke up or willing to crash out. That's all it was. He didn't want to handle it classy.
Completely
different
situation because I don't feel like when you guys say things, one, there's ill will, there's no bad intent, and I think you guys have a lot more of a luxury to say how you feel, which again makes the show so authentic because somebody like, yes, we know that, Stephen A is the head of sports media, but when you see media members, I still think that there's a different distinction from that. And I just don't think that people in those spaces can do the same thing that y'all are doing. And I feel like that's the line that has gotten crossed because, again, point blank period, y'all are the culture. So when y'all talk to people, it comes across very different as opposed to somebody who's sitting, up, on ESPN or something, saying something about these players. It's like, whoa, we don't even roll like that. Like, I don't even call you my homie. I don't even listen to your stuff. So for you to come at me that way, it feels different. So I just feel like there's still a line being crossed because even the back and forth, and it's like, Stephen A is great at what he does. I don't even think he needed the response that he had. And again, I knew he was going to respond because he's frustrated. He's allowed to respond. The way he went about it, it's like now you're dragging it. Like LeBron said what he said on Pat McAfee Show, which he rarely does. Didn't even make you the full topic of conversation, kept it going. He talked about a piece that was going to have to be addressed regardless. And in return, you made it a whole thing that it didn't have to be. So I just feel like it's blown out of proportion, blown out of context. And then it looks weird because regardless, ESPN is going to have to still continue to talk about LeBron and Bronny. So I just think that puts them in a weird state.
So
I agree. Everything Treasure said is pretty much what I said. Like, you could just let it pass. LeBron James asked a necessary question in that interview, and he answered it. And yes, he put a lot of sauce to it. But as an older person, as somebody who's experienced in media, the more attention you give things, the longer it lasts. And you didn't keep it classy. I'm not saying he should take the high road, but the response he had today looked like him and academics had a conversation, and he went full. Stephen A. Smith pulled the academics today. Yeah, he went on Pat McAfee and addressing Stephen A. Smith. That was already addressed. Stephen A. Smith already went on a whole press tour and talked about it first. So LeBron James going on Pat McAfee on one platform and speaking on it. It's just him speaking on it after Stephen A. speaking on it. So now both even. Now Stephen A. Smith speaks on him speaking on it. Then Stephen A. Smith is keeping it going. That's just how I see it. Today was my point where I flipped sides and I had to go with Team Clutch Sports. Here, and this is Nick Wright. Here, I don't, I think he be low key hating on ESPN, but Nick Wright, I think he low key he fired some shots, but I like Nick Wright. He's pretty cool. Here he goes.
But Stephen A. in real time, the last 3 weeks on national television and podcast and every platform available is doing what we've all done, standing alone in the shower. You know what I'm going to say?
Yeah, like go ahead, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Man, what I should have done, and then if I'd have done that, he'd have done this, and then I'd have done that, and then he'd have done this. He's recreating in real time how the interaction should have gone. For our older audience, it's Costanza and the shrimp and the jerk store ran out of you. But in real time, in real life, against the world's most popular athlete. That's what's happening. We are seeing it. Oh, man, that would have killed him in the argument. Oh, I should have said this, but if I'd have said that, that might have put him over the edge. And then they might have hit me. And if they hit me, man, I'd have to hit them back. I know I'd get my ass kicked, but I'd have to hit them. Stop it, man.
And you know what? Also, another point. Talking about I would have hit. Nigga, why didn't you hit him when he ran down? I told you. Any niggas run up on me after the small hats give me $100 million contract, boy, it's over for you, nigga. Any black person walk up on me after I get a small hat, $100 million contract, getting laid down. You getting laid down. If I got a $100 million contract on a sideline, sitting with the small hats, and you come up to me with smoke in front of people, oh nah. I'm crashing out. I'm doing something. And Stephen A. Smith, that's how you know Stephen A. scary, bro. Stephen A. just sat there looking scary. Here's Ray Daniels, another black media member.
Do on some
Ray Daniels, but I feel like Ray Daniels is salty. I salute Ray Daniels, but LeBron James ain't coming down and sit with no motherfucking Ray Daniels, bro. Let's keep it a buck. LeBron James, Ray Daniels, he's cool, but LeBron James ain't about to be, hey, yo, let me sit down with the nigga matching these goddamn 2008 glasses with the Where's Waldo polo. I'm sorry, LeBron James ain't talking to you. He ain't talking to me either, but he definitely ain't talking to you, my nigga. But here we go. Salute Ray Daniels and his platform.
He's on a mission to belittle Stephen A. Smith. I get that. And by the way, that's some genius shit to do on some like respect. I respect LeBron for how he's carrying Stephen A. It was on some power shit. You want me to show you my power, nigga? Let me show you my power. Here's the why I said he was a sucker move. He should have went to a smaller podcaster. He should have went to a small nigga. You're LeBron James. You could have did a fucking kid podcast on the street. You would have changed that kid's life. You would have changed the ecosystem for that kid if you would have did it. You could have did an unknown podcaster or a new podcaster or anything, but you went to Pat McAfee, a white kid who comes on right after Stephen A. Smith. Comes on right after him. That was sucker fucking shit. This is my problem. This is the internet again. It's like, you're LeBron James. You can say I'm here and we're going to follow. Then do that. If you're going to go out Stephen A. Smith, help the next one. Help the kid that likes you. Help the voice. Help one of those bronzexuals that love you and go and say, I'm going to pick you. That's the gangster move to do. You got on Stephen, because let's be clear, the internet's going to find it and we're going to go watch it. LeBron James does not need the biggest microphone for his voice to travel. He is LeBron fucking James. Whatever he says is going to travel because of who he is. And he's smart enough to know that. And he's smart enough to know that. That's why he confronted Stephen A. But to me, listen, bro. You doing the same thing he doing now. You want to talk about it, nigga. Talk to me, nigga. But you don't want to talk to me because it's gonna help me. Okay, I get that. You want to see me be a little. You want to show me how big you are. Then show me how big you are and go to somebody small and make them big. Because let's be clear, Cat Williams fucking changed Club Shay Shay.
Did that?
If you're gonna do an interview, nigga, let's break a fucking new podcaster. Call a little nigga that love you, a little nigga that celebrates you, and go talk to him. Let them ask you. Talk to some kids. Some kids is like, yo, because if you was my dad, I would appreciate that. Give some voices to somebody else. It was sucker shit. It was whack. And that was my only thing I thought was sucker shit. But he's playing Stephen A. And I'm a Stephen A. fan. I'm a LeBron as a man fan. I like him as a player, but I'm not like a LeBron sexual. Like, nigga, I see.
And it was weeks later, which is what I have a problem with.
But my thing is this. He should have talked to somebody smaller and gave them the platform. Everybody want to chase the bigger platform. If you big, you are big wherever you go. When I'm Ray Daniels, I walk wherever room I walk.
So here's the thing too.
Like
I'll do you one better. You got the God Show. Yep. Let's say you got on the God Show and you said something about somebody's son. That's easy to pick up the phone and say, yo, let Ray Daniels know I want to be his next guest on the God Show. I want to talk to him about it.
Because I ain't gonna lie, you know, maybe I wasn't a fan of Chris Bosh, but I like that he confronted Skip Bayless. When Skip Bayless used to call him Bosh Spice, Chris or Spice Bosh. And Chris Bosh approached him and was like, yo, you disrespected my family name. That's my kid's last name. And Skip was like, oh, I didn't even think. I was just having fun. I respect that. Man, shit. Stop calling. LeBron is acting like a kid right now. He caused a problem. Somebody called him out about it. And now he confronted that person in his house. Nigga, confront him and let him talk too. Or don't confront him. You didn't want it. You wanted to embarrass him like he did. And everybody want to talk to Stephen A. And you know why, but now you're like, this nigga's on the talk. Man, LeBron, that's lame, man. Like, Jackie, we got something to say. I'm just off that shit.
I just don't like Stephen A, excuse me, is tucking tail now. Because I was watching First Take earlier.
He has.
And he's just
he
totally.
has bosses. Bosses, bro.
That don't mean that.
Yeah, it does.
He can't
Queens.
have.
He's the guy to Queens.
I don't like it.
He's from Queens. He ain't the Queensiest nigga.
That wasn't no Queasy shit right there. But I didn't like that. I just don't like that he was doing that. But I saw the LeBron clip and I didn't think it was that bad, honestly. Be honest with you.
What he said?
No.
What clip?
The clip when he's.
Yeah, I think Ray Daniels. I think that's low key some. Chris Bosh confronted. He came on First Take and said something to him, and Skip Bayless kept calling him Bosh Spice. So not like that nigga G checked him. He just said, "I don't like you talking to me like that." You know what? I think this is we are approaching the 2-hour mark right now, and I don't think we're gonna run this just like a church service. Cause see, I think a lot of you niggas y'all think shit's a game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know rent coming up for niggas. Y'all know tomorrow Friday. Niggas need to get this money and see. We know the problem with niggas. Niggas love free shit. Niggas love to sit up here and listen to a nigga talk for free and get you and get your entertainment on and get empowered. Well, you know what? I feel like I've been empowered today. I feel like I've been empowered. Actually, yesterday when I seen this clip, and I feel like the Holy Spirit came over me and the inspiration to be used as a vessel, because a lot of people, like I said, love free shit, and we need to start removing the just the free type of environments. I think we need to really start charging niggas, and I think I salute this movement of getting your bread. But let's look at Marvin Sapp, because this is a big situation. I'm gonna move Marvin Sapp off the screen. This is a reason why you don't see me going to church. I don't say I don't believe in God and all this other stuff, but like this is the reason why a lot of young niggas don't go to church. This is hustling and this is pimping, what I'm about to put on the screen. And I want us to all, I'm going to even move my band. Actually, no, because as he's talking, I hope this Cash App $ Florida Boy J right here at the bottom right hand part of the screen. I hope everybody watches this and gets inspired by Marvin Sapp and inspires you to go and hit that $ Florida Boy J 904. Yes, D Stone, you are correct. That is a 904, not a 984. That is a 904. Let's be inspired. Let's be inspired to give back to the Black orators, of the community. Here is our brother in Christ, Marvin Sapp. Once again, it is a 904 after $ Florida Boy J, not an 804. It is a 904. And here's Marvin Sapp with the inspiration of the night. At a little halftime break, can you please dig deep inside of your blessing and pull something out for a brother? IRS might lock him up, so take your donations and send them over here. Marvin Sapp.
And they understand the cost that is involved. And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors.
Close
Ushers,
the doors.
Close the doors.
Close the doors.
Close the doors.
Close them.
Close the doors.
What you gonna do?
We are.
Hey, you see how he said it? Close the doors. Fuck you. Fuck the doors. Close them. Y'all thought y'all was going home. Y'all thought it was a game. Y'all thought we was just gonna hug it out. Nah, nigga. Reach in them pockets.
All gonna lead together.
We all gonna lead together.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna lead together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. We all gonna lead together. Close the doors. We all gonna lead together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
Dog said, I know you see your grandmama blood sugar dropping, nigga. She about to pass out on stage. Fuck, nigga. Send that $30 or grandma gets to go to Piccadilly and get a goddamn fried chicken. Or else watch her pass out. Watch Granny pass out on the goddamn live stream. Cause I'm goddamn Marvin Sapp and I need 40 bands right now. Or nigga, we gonna be locked in this motherfucker right now, nigga. 40 bands, run it right now. Watch this, the audacity of this nigga. Look at this.
I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I actually think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws.
Nigga, in 1935, nigga, you was going on a $20 movie date back in fucking segregation. No fucking hairline back in Reconstruction. Fuck, nigga. $20 ain't taking a bitch to shit. Fuck, nigga. You see this old coon in the back laughing, showing all his teeth. Watch, his face gonna switch up after Marvin Sapp say what he about to say to these skinning and grinning niggas on stage, huckle bucking and chucking.
Look, I wouldn't cheat. That's swag. I was looking at her.
Huckle, look at this nigga in the back, huckle bucking and chucking, showing all his fake ass teeth. Bald head.
She's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seated, but I need everyone.
See how fucking sweaty his goddamn back is. Look at the sweat on his fat pig pork bacon back. This nigga sweating. The devil is behind him. Look, all these niggas behind him seeing this nigga sweating like a goddamn slave. He need 40K to fix the AC. That's what's going on. He's losing his fucking hair. His shit pushed back to goddamn the Book of Job. Nigga sweating out his goddamn kente cloth suit. He need 40 bands ASAP. They about to close the church down. Look at this nigga. This nigga, come on, bro, sweating in sin.
One standing up here with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again,
he told, hey, all them niggas' faces switched up. Nigga said, hey, all you niggas on stage, I need 100, nigga. I need a blue face. Watch this.
They
hold, look, they over here kikiing. They face about to drop. This nigga say this next shit.
Need everyone standing up here with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you.
Hey, you see them old niggas stop smiling, right? You see them old niggas was hee-heeing. Hee-hee. Like magic. Look, we ain't gonna run it all the way back. Them old niggas was hee-heeing. Them old, look. Them old.
I wouldn't cheat. That's swag. I was looking at her eyes. I got you. Because again, sold and seated, but I need everyone standing up here with me, to plant a seed of $100.
Now, look.
Because again, it costs to sit up here.
That nigga said, I'm getting at least 20 bands from, I'm getting at least, he said, I'm getting at least about 2-3 bands from the stage right now, nigga.
I got you.
Look at these old niggas. Look at these old niggas fumbling and stealing, knowing they ain't got no motherfucking $100 bills, nigga. Why? Look at these old niggas. Look at this old nigga.
So put your
drug money, cocaine money, allegedly. Look at this old nigga.
20 away, preachers.
Nigga said, hey, he saw him fumbling through the money. He was fumbling the money through fumbling the money like Smokey on Friday talking to Big Worm. Nigga said, nigga, stop. Don't fumble through the motherfucking 20s, nigga. Y'all see that blue face fuck, nigga. Look at it.
Sit up here. I got you. Let's see.
Look at that old nigga.
So put your 20 away, preachers.
Put it away.
That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving.
I need to see you, bro. This level of pimp, this gorilla pimping right here, dog. This everybody in the back of me ain't donate. Hey, listen, this is gorilla pimping right now, dog. He said, I need to see you get the fuck up and put this money in my goddamn hand. You see the sweat on his back. Nigga, I'm sweating through the front.
Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if
nigga snapped his fingers and said, y'all can start moving right now. I want to see it. That nigga got his eyes bucking. I want to see it.
See the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
Bro said, dog, we got Cash App. You giving electronically, Apple Pay, Cash App, Super Chat. These niggas got Zelle. These niggas said you can tap the bucket. These niggas said, bro, we got, nigga, if you accidentally tap your phone on a bucket, we taxing niggas, boy. I ain't going to church for this bullshit. I'll tell you that much.
Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk.
Look how he's staring at these niggas. Niggas said giving is worship. It ain't time to talk. You niggas shut your ass up and give me my money. Yo, man, not my church. I would have walked out on this nigga.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all.
Hold on, let's do the math. This nigga said this is an easy miracle. Let me pull out my calculator. What did he say? He said he need $20 from 1,000 people. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, man, listen. I done got a few Cash Apps. Thank you so much to everybody. You know, got a couple 5s, couple 8s, couple 12. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna Marvin Sapp you niggas. I'm not selling you niggas God. I'm giving you some information. That's 20. Thank you. 20,000. Thank you. 20,000. Man, Milkman. So he want 20 bands from the live. I would have logged out. I would have said, nigga, my Wi-Fi. Let me see. Florida Boy J, my main account is blocked. All right, can you hit me up on the back end? Because I definitely want to get that figured out. Hopefully, you're not blocked. If you are blocked, then we'll get to the bottom of it. I don't want anybody blocked from my show unless it's like Adlo or somebody, because I support you guys' show, and I don't want you guys to be blocked because I probably can't see some of you guys' platforms if I blocked you from my chat. So, yeah, I'll get to the bottom of that tomorrow for sure. See if you're blocked or not. How much? $99, $100. He told them niggas $100 bill, nigga. Never would have paid it. You goddamn right. Never would have paid shit. I would have robbed that nigga after church. Fuck all that, nigga. You got 20 bands at least in this bitch. Who knew Warren was King Kong Pippin out here? Auto spell killed earlier comment. Man, I'm telling you, dog. 20 bands in a hand. That tie from Cole Haan, he got it. Hey, bro, listen. Look at this nigga. He really ran it up on these niggas. He really want to run it up on these niggas. Here you go.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving.
For what?
That's it.
Did we even hear why he asked for 40? Hold on. This whole time, anybody in the chat, did anybody say that was funny? The bear never would have paid it. On God, I got a question. Did anybody hear what he needed the 40 bands for? Oh, hold on. Like,
and they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, Saint.
Man, listen, dog. And I'm happy I seen this right here. This is an auntie on TikTok. Salute the auntie, man, because on surreal, this was some straight bullshit. And we need more aunties and mammies calling shit like this out with just pulpit pimping. That's all this is. Pulpit pimping.
You know what I think is sad is how these pastors just pimp the pulpit. Seriously. You got Marvin Sapp, who's preaching, and he's telling the congregation, everybody in there, that they need to raise $40,000 tonight. Told the ushers to close the door. Ain't nobody going nowhere. He said, all y'all gonna do is go to the restaurant, but we need y'all to come out y'all pockets again. They've already collected once. We need y'all to come out y'all pocket again, and we need to raise up $40,000. I don't know why they keep playing. This has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with Jesus. I am so sick of these punk ass pastors just doing some of the stupidest shit. It's crazy. And then you wonder why people don't go to church. That reason right there. That has nothing to do with Jesus. That's simply greed. What is wrong with y'all? Oh my God, out of all the bullshit that we're going through right now in the United States of America, you got the nerve to sit up there and ask people who work hard for their money to come out more money because you need to raise $40,000 for whatever. These people can barely pay their goddamn light bill. And here you go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all play too much. This has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with God. It's just, I mean, what is this? It's like they just really pimping people. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible. I can't believe into it.
Hey, yo, hold on, dog. I'm really laughing at this shit. Marvin Sapp literally locked you niggas in the church and made you pay your way out, dog. That nigga Marvin Sapp kidnapped you niggas, held you hostage, and made you pay your way out for the name of Jesus. And you fuck niggas went and got in your pockets. That nigga literally kidnapped you niggas, extorted you niggas, held you hostage, robbed you for 40 bands, locked the doors. Here we go.
Yeah, I can't believe he did that. I can't because you got people in the congregation that are just going to believe this man because he sang some songs and he shout and he can make his voice go up and down, and they will believe this man and they will go into their pockets and give, and they can't even fucking afford it. You know what? I'm done.
And we got, I had to type this thing. This shit had me fucked up. I didn't even see this shit.
But Marvin Sapp, as soon as you would have said, lock that door, I need 40,000, I would have punched you everywhere up under your feet, grabbed that mic and told him, open that fucking door. I can't even see how y'all still be going to these clown churches. But I realize you a clown too. Fuck. You don't want to hear real, you want to be coddled. And that's why your stupid ass end up in debt every year after you gave your 110% to the church. Because he sure got the fucking money. That was the crazy part. He got the fucking money. But Come to find out, they just arrested his ass on 1,500 charges of kidnapping. And you can't lock nobody in no motherfucker room till you get some money, bitch ass nigga. Now use every dollar that you got to get your ass out of fucking jail. I don't trust these motherfuckers, bruh. I don't see how y'all still wilding y'all stupid ass up there to hit a good word. The good word is written on your heart. Most of these motherfucking pastors are just manipulating ass people who was disciplined enough to go to school to get the fucking title. Stop.
And that's a fact. And that's a fact, man. So I think that concludes the Marvin Sapp topic. It was a video, I think, in what I'm reading from it. Let me see if I can share this screen. I'm gonna read out to y'all before we get to this Big U Academics Swag 100 topic. Make sure this is up on the screen for you guys to see. And let me move this out the way. All right, and let me start reading. Marvin Sapp told Usher to close the doors and resurface video, asks for $40K in donations. In a resurfaced video from 2024, pastor and gospel singer Marvin Sapp is being criticized by the internet after he told ushers of the church to close the doors and challenge those at the convention to donate $40,000. Many of social media users are saying the action went too far. In July 2024, Marvin Sapp preached at the 109th Pentecostal Assemblies of the World Convention in Baltimore, Maryland. Towards the end, Sapp goes on to talk about paying $2,000 to get his ordination and licensing renewed. So he went to talk about paying $2,000. Two bands. You think Marvin Sapp got $2,000? How am I going to preach up here and not lead by example? Sapp said leadership leads, and they understand the cost that's involved. So you went from needing two bands to the $40,000. Where was the $38,000 jump? After telling the congregation his story, he goes on to tell the ushers in the church to close the doors multiple times. He then tells the convention there are 1,000 of them in the sanctuary and 1,000 watching online. So he challenges everyone to donate $20 in order to raise $40,000. He then challenges the preachers to donate $100 each, saying it costs to sit up here. Nigga, hold on. So this was a service?
See, it takes time for your faith to be shaken to say, I know that if I give it in faith, God is my source.
Stop talking.
Somebody just say that with me.
They got
like, you know, when you've gone
to come to the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World. Come on and put your hands together again for Jesus.
I present him.
The only ones that should be sitting are those who are physically unable to stand. If you're physically unable to stand, I understand. Note what the writer declares. If I can't get a word this week, David, to take a census. Love to hear that you are life. Tell your neighbor for the last time before I sit down. I said, tell them you are 1 second away. So dry your tears. I said, dry your tears. Dry your tears. Because in the morning, over. I would have lost it all.
So hold on.
Never could have made it, no.
Okay, I'm not playing the whole song. I forgot YouTube on his co-defendants to go close them doors too. Dog. So he performed his hit, never would have made it right before he told them niggas to reach your pocket and I need 20 bands. Nigga, I gave you niggas a sermon and a performance. I'm going to get 20 bands about you Negroes.
Current in an ocean. Current in my licensing renewed. I pulled out my credit card. paid me $2,000. How in the world I'm going to preach up here and not lead by example? He asked me to give $800, went in my pocket, gave $800. Because leadership lead and they understand the cost that is involved. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you, it's easy, saints. I'm done. Y'all gonna take this mic from me, please?
What?
Thank you for having me, sir. I'm trying. It's easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving. That's it. Hallelujah. 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 I'm done. Y'all gonna take this mic from me, please? I'm about to go get in my truck. I'm going to my hotel. I got me some fruit. I'm doing fruit now. Fruit and water. I'm trying to keep it long life and keep it together. Long life. I'm trying to stick around as long as possible. It is. It's been fun.
Man, these coon ass niggas, I'm done. We're done. Okay, Marvin Sapp, fucking goofy ass niggas. And then you gonna turn around, you're not gonna bless, you're not gonna close it out and pray, you're just gonna say, I'm done. I'm going back to my hotel room to go do something. Man, on God, dog. On God, bro. This was the most egregious thing I've seen. You want to know why black people where we at? Look no further than the black church. We ain't gonna fix the streets. We gonna give Marvin Sapp's fat bacon neck ass 40 bands because he needs it, right? He needs 40 bands. Going upstairs to touch on fruit. That's what he said. He said, hey, I got some fruit upstairs in my hotel room that he had to end the service. He told you, y'all just gonna go eat anyways, but he got some fruit in his hotel room. So salute to Whack 100, Big U, all those guys on the West Coast. We're gonna be breaking down the Big U Rico charges. Academics had a pretty good breakdown. It was definitely coded language. Academics had a pretty good breakdown, and he, I think academics, he gave us a pretty good summary so far, and he's kind of all over it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this popping. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Like I said, we're at the 2-hour mark. So everybody, that Cash App, Super Chat. Let me make sure to put my banner back up here for a second. Just hit that like button and follow too. Just follow, subscribe to the platform. I've gotten over 100 subscribers since I started going live on February 16th to March 16th. So that's been about good 41 days. I've gotten over 100 subscribers, and we have crossed over 75,000 views, guys. Not 7,500, not 75, not 750. We have over 70. Let's say that one more time. We have over 75,000 views since I've been potting back. So 75,000 views since I came back February 16th. I want to say thank you. I appreciate it. We got over, like I said, 100 subscribers. I'm 8 subscribers away from hitting 5,700 subscribers. So please, let's get 8 more people in here. Hit that 57 subscriber mark, 5,700 subscriber mark. We're going to be doing over 100,000 really soon. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the platform, watching the show. And here goes academics breaking this down a little bit. We're going to be playing this. Fair use. Let me make sure I got the settings and speed going up a little bit. Make sure my brightness is on point. And here is academics breaking down a little bit.
They almost have to tell you the truth, because they're actually more enticed. I'm using the wrong word, but because fans are tuning in for the real shit, they got to say the real shit. And then they say the real shit, but now the fans is looking.
We're going to speak about the back door. and at No Jumper was 607 Unk, Puka Butts, and Flacco and everybody, right? So we taking you back to where 607 Unk did.
By the way, if you watch the Adam and Wack show, it's coming out tomorrow. It's a long episode. I did assign some blame to a few people. I said, Adam, I hold you accountable a bit. And I say, Wack, I hold you accountable a little bit as well. And I don't hold him accountable for other people's actions. What I do hold them accountable for is that I think both of those men have pushed the issues with conversations that they know aren't going to get, like, put like this. And I said this to Adam. I said, Adam, I ain't gonna lie, because y'all know my history. I know everything I've covered. But I said, yo, Adam, if Brick Baby was your man's that was allegedly holding that thing down, going out with you and you out and about, and he holding you down, and that's your man's. I've heard you say a lot of times that's your friend. Bro, it's no way you could have people be talking about, like, you should have killed every conversation about him getting caught with an AK. You should have said, on my platform, that's not happening. Like, these were things that could send your friend to jail. Like, these were, like, what Wack is really good at doing. Let me tell you this. Wack is, you know why Wack's smarter than every street nigga? Wack don't got to shoot none of y'all niggas. That's what Wack, you know why Wack can go to jail? Y'all keep saying the police. No, he's smart. The smartest nigga don't shoot you. He don't slap you. He don't fight you. He gets you to go kill yourself or you to go to jail. Like when I heard Wack say that nigga Rockstar, man, listen, man, you got to have niggas respect your crippin', man. You after Black Sam said that, you know what you should have did? You should have went back to your car. You should have got that thing, and that burger spot should have been shut down. Nigga told him to shoot up the burger spot, bro. What? You think Wack told that nigga that advice out of like, yo,
as a grown man, I understand what Ack is saying, where Adam 22, I guess, should be looking out for these guys, but Adam's not going to be looking out for these guys. These guys are like in their 40s. So I could see if it was a bunch of YNs coming on the platform and didn't know no better. These are grown-ass men that are doubling back to go on these platforms and be gangster podcasters. So I hear what Ack is saying from a moral standpoint, coming at Adam 22, but from a business standpoint and knowing who Adam 22 is and what he represents, I don't see why you would expect him to even do that for these people, no matter what type of profit or benefit Adam is getting from these guys.
Nah, this is what you should do. Or Wack wanted him to do some shit where that nigga's in jail for the next 40 years. Wack is, so I also blame Wack because I think Wack is outsmarting these dudes, and I get it. Like, for example, me and a nigga like Meek Mill, I would have Meek Mill doing 5 life sentences before you do nothing to me. Come on, like, you're like, Meek is a stupid nigga, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I think he realized that. He's like, I'm gonna leave Wack alone. Wack is operating, and he's right. He's right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But the only reason why I blame Wack, because, you know, Wack, you're gonna see a back and forth with me and Wack. And Wack says, yo, bro, when a nigga start fucking with me, I don't give a fuck. And I understand that. Why have pity on your enemy for being stupid? So I don't blame him for anybody who goes against him for him to completely mentally, on a mental level, just do gymnastics and fuck them up. I do look at him in terms of loose cannon, though, where I'm like, yo, Wack, I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. You knew what loose cannon's arc was eventually going to end up here. And if that was your man, and the only reason I'm giving Wack this credit, bro, yo, listen, I'm on a No Jumper show. Wack know the indictment more than me. Wack know every fucking page. Nigga, Wack was calling these details a year before this indictment came down. Wack is above, like, he's above the curve IQ level, and he's above and before the information hits the public or even hits me. The nigga is really, like, again, you know, I know somebody about it's because he's the police. Nah, I don't think that's what it is. That nigga is, when he don't like somebody, just like me, I get all the sources. Like,
yo, I think that's another thing with academics. He be so smart, but to me, Wack is clearly the police, because how do you got all this information? You know all the crimes, everybody that got a gay sex tape, everybody who shot, who extorted who, you know who has that type of information and who's always accurate with the information when they have it? Police and niggas who work for police. And academics knows all this information, but when it comes down to his friend Wack 100, he just plays willfully ignorant and willfully dense, acting like Wack 100 doesn't have valid police charges, not charges, but you know what I'm saying? Niggas low key want to throw a police jacket on him. I throw a police jacket on him. I think Wack 100 low key could be police, and I think Ack is just playing stupid.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. Spready Gibbs' baby mama just sent me a song. She said, yo, I'm violating Spready. I shouted out. That's cool. She told me some other shit. By the way, Spready Gibbs' other baby mama just followed me. But look at this. Shad. Shall I quit his other baby mama too? Yeah. This is other. She kind of bad, little keto. Tight shit. Look at who she following, though. You get what I'm saying? I was gonna name his other kid over there. Now with the next baby mom, let me give all of these people who are on these podcasts. Let me just give you a little bit of idea what's going on. Some of you guys went to jail, came back, and y'all think, well, this is behind me, or I don't do that no more. I don't rob no niggas no more. I could imagine Loose Cannon is thinking that. I hear Loose Cannon got some legit businesses. Airbnb owner, entrepreneur. Brick Baby, he's on No Jumper. I don't think he's robbing niggas no more. However, the 60s is an active gang. Here's the thing. You don't need to be committing crimes. You're still going to be liable for the robbery you did, because when you show up on Adam 22's platform, you say, man, 60 Crip, man, on the damn homies, man. Yo, listen, man, 6-0. You're still claiming the gang. So the robbery you did 5, 6, 7 years ago that you think is a long time ago, you are claiming the gang now, which is in furtherance of promoting the gang. You did the robbery 7 years ago that you think is a long time ago, which was in furtherance of gaining proceeds for the gang. You're still a gang member and you're still in that racketeering organization. I could imagine Loose Cannon thought, well, I ain't cool with Big U no more anyway. I don't fuck with Big U. You don't have to fuck with the people to get charged with them. Let's go back to the RICO case file when it comes to 6ix9ine. Two of the niggas, Harv, the nigga who kidnapped 6ix9ine, Shotty was trying to kill him. He was trying to kill Shotty. This was a bumping of the muscle in 9 Trey. He ended up kidnapping 6ix9ine. Him and Shotty saw each other at the club, and there was, yo, what we gonna do? It don't matter if y'all are friends. Y'all are still 9 Trey members. Y'all all on the same indictment. So again, I'm wondering why people keep these gang members keep going up there thinking they're speaking of former crimes. Here's the thing, and I'm not no political expert, or not political expert. I'm not no crime expert, but I'll say this, right? I would probably, if you weren't in a gang, and like say T Grizzly, right? He wasn't a gang, right? He used to rob jewelry stores. He's got convicted for it. He served his time. He wasn't part of some bigger organization that are still doing those crimes. If he talks about robbing jewelry stores, it is what it is. Here's my problem with gang members going up to No Jumper. You should not be talking about your gang if your gang still does what you're talking about, even if you don't do it in the gang. What you're doing is tantamount to cooperating. If you're a gang member of a rolling 60 gang and you admit to extortion and they still do extortion, but you're not part of it no more, yeah, you're cooperating. You're damn near cooperating. Why the hell are you talking about that? That I was always shocked that Brick Baby would entertain certain conversation. And that's why I asked Adam, I said, did Brick ever come to you and say, yo, bro, with all due respect, yo, you my mans, but could we stop making content about Big U? It says, yo, if I was Brick Baby, I would have shut down every conversation in No Jumper about Big U. You know why? What's his name? Zaire? I think it was Williams. No. Hold on. Let's find his name. Mitchell. Here we go. Mitchell and Henley, which is Big U, coordinated how Brick Baby would give Big U the proceeds from a robbery that Brick Baby committed. They were talking about how much should go to Henley. Then in multiple other intercepted calls, Henley talked. Here's my point. If you used to do robberies and bust down the money for the robberies with Big U, why the hell would you get hired at a job that you got to talk about Big U potentially doing some other criminal shit, bro? When you used to do crime for him, bro. That shit don't make no sense to me. He should have said to Adam, respectfully, Adam, yo, I like doing content here. This is kind of cool. This is like a regular job for me. I like it. But bro, can we please stop talking about Big U? And probably should bring that nigga to the side and explain to him like, yo, bro, you know what? I used to be doing these crimes with him, right? You know that yeah, maybe not this situation, but like me and him used to be doing dirt together. Like, bro, if you value me, can we stop talking about this on No Jumper?
My bad. My question is, why did Big U condone that? Why did Big U green like that? Why did Big U see Brick Baby, somebody that has done crimes with me, is approaching to do content? Let me stop him. A lot of these questions that are going on Adams 22's doorstep is not Adam's responsibility. Because Adam might be looking at it like, well, if he's up here talking, I'm going to already assume maybe he's had those conversations and he's gotten the green light. So knowing Adam isn't part of the culture, I can see how he can be oblivious to not checking if Brick Baby can do this, knowing or not even knowing how deep Brick Baby was involved in these crimes. So,
because essentially I'm talking about my crimes. Because the way a RICO works, if you used to do crime with a nigga, you claim the same gang as a nigga, you're basically in the same criminal organization. RICO. I don't know how this shit was allowed to happen. Anyway, let's see what Luce is talking about.
Brick Baby section of paperwork, right? Because that's not true. You shouldn't say things that gets on the internet and try to downplay somebody's reputation.
Now, I seen somebody in the chat say Wack is federal. Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest, and Wack is my man, bro. I'm going to be honest. Wack is my man. And by the way, if you're watching, please hit the subscribe button on both King Academics and the Academy channel. Wack is my man. And I forgot to ask him this on the Adam and Wack show. I think Wack is smart. But because I don't think he's the police, I think Wack would be stupid to not think that the feds aren't looking at him. It never works where the feds called Wack a rival. If the feds are looking at these people and have deemed that their rival are these people and are claiming that these people they're looking at first are doing crimes or trying to do crimes, a lot that would involve them going against these people. The feds don't say, oh, we're just saving these people because they're the good guys. The feds says, let's get them both. Not even only the feds, every investigatory body. You don't see they say, oh, we're only locking up YSL. We're going to leave YFN out there. No, you get YFN as well. You get both of them. You don't only get one, you get both. You get both. So I have to believe that they are also looking at WAC 100. And I forgot to ask him that question because I would love to hear what he's thinking about that.
Salute.
If he doesn't think the feds are looking at him, so I would imagine the way he's moving, and that's why even like again, y'all gonna watch episode tomorrow. I think comes out on Adam's ship. I'm wondering if WAC's conversation is gonna be different, because here's the thing: if I'm WAC, I'll be licking my chops. Lou says him and WAC ain't really against each other, but he don't fuck with Brick Baby and he don't fuck with Big U and some other niggas. Yo, all the WAC's options went to jail. Sounds like a good gig, but if you're realizing some of the shit that sent him to jail is clubhouse conversations, podcast conversations, I'm wondering if WAC is gonna start saying, nah, this ain't content. Like every time I'm listening to some clubhouse shit, they be like, yo, let's tune in for the content. And I'm like,
all right. And then this is WAC and Act going at the other day. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get a better video, a little more detail. Let me see. We're gonna run this one right here. Do you think WAC gets a subpoena as well as Adam 16? Do you think they're all gonna have their day in court? It'll be funny if they did. But we're gonna go ahead and play the audio. Here you go.
100. That's when we kind of
salute Chick Smooth, man. Salute my guy Chick Smooth. He is. Let me see. Let me open this up a little bit. Pause. Yeah, he's probably like 6,000 views away from 200,000. So please go ahead and subscribe, Chick Smooth, and here we go.
see WAC start to get frustrated. He gets annoyed, starts calling academics all types of names, and even applies a full court press on academics. Here's a conversation.
Well, why did they waste their time to go talk to Adam then? If so, they're threatening you. They wouldn't waste their time to talk to you, but they would talk to Adam.
They're talking to Adam about Brick Baby. Brick Baby's an employee. I don't know. Shit, gotta ask him.
Shit, Brick Baby's an employee.
It makes sense though. Yo, Wack. It makes
you
sense.
You a weirdo too. You niggas, look, let me break something down, Act. Y'all want to put me in something.
No.
Hey, listen, bro.
No. It's not putting you in anything.
Listen,
I'm asking
just because I do a podcast with a, don't mean I do everything. When I do it you from 12 to 1 is what I do with you from 12 to 1. What the fuck you doing from 9 to 12 is your business. So this shit is 2021 shit, 2022 shit, 2023, 2024. Fucking Brick Baby. I know the world didn't even know who he was till 2023 or late 2022 when he got to No Jumper. He's a nobody. Let's establish that now. Was in fucking Atlanta. And I've never seen this day in my life. Let's establish that.
Okay, but Wack, you're still taking the point.
No, I'm not.
If they talk to Adam, if they talk to Adam, I would assume they would at least. Again, Adam's not in trouble. It's not like
man, you weird as a. Listen. If you assume they I don't own No Jumper.
Assumption. Like
I don't own No Jumper. I don't have employees at No Jumper. I'm a partner on one show. You get it? I don't control the building.
No.
I don't control cameras. I don't control payroll, bro. Stop playing with me with these narratives.
No. That's not the angle I'm saying. What I'm saying is that
stop playing with me with these narratives, bro.
Big U is the.
I ain't got nothing to do with extorting, sex trafficking, a murder of a fucking football player, a fucking grid that I've been attacking and exposing for the last couple of years. I ain't got nothing to do with what got caught with at his house. I ain't got nothing to do with a dispensary.
But
stop trying to put my name in shit, bro.
Right, but they did mention an incident that they're saying the Big U Enterprise tried to step to you and they weren't successful. So
no, they mentioned Big U having a phone call. They didn't mention witness or CI reports. See, this will use a little bitty Mitchie. If it would have said she witness one or CI reports this happened, then you got a point.
So explain why they're going to act, because Adam says he's gonna. Which, by the way, I think that's stupid.
I'm not fucking Adam. Adam is the owner of the building. Brick is an employee of Adams. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Yeah, Wack. But they wouldn't be. They wouldn't be subpoenaing Jeff Bezos if somebody from Amazon is going to motherfucking.
Shut the fuck up about
they would.
You stupid as a motherfucker. They would have went to that build, nigga, and whoever build he worked in, they gonna go talk to the motherfucker running it. No Jumper ain't
They
no
don't gotta
fucking
talk to. They
Amazon.
can subpoena the whole shit. They could just run in there and go take the
Hey,
DVR.
bro, they can do what they want. Adam is the dude's boss. Adam is only one person control that building. That's Adam. So whatever they want, if it's footage, if it's did he really work there, if it's whatever the fuck they want, they're gonna go ask him.
So that would mean that they're probably thinking that some illegal shit happened at No Jumper because Adam only has to do a No Jumper, right?
Nah, I don't know, bro. You over there assuming why would something illegal happen?
Well, why would they want to talk to his boss? If they're investigating crime, why they gotta if a nigga work at McDonald's, they're not gonna say let's
why
talk
they
to
want to
the
talk to Vlad? They probably asked him if his content or any other videos. I don't know what the fuck. You gotta ask him.
Well, for Keefy D with Vlad, they felt that there was a confession given to Vlad, and they wanted the whole confession.
Well, that's video, right?
Yes.
Who owns and runs Vlad TV?
Vlad.
Okay. Who owns and runs fucking No Jumper?
Okay, so maybe they think there was confessions given out either on camera or off.
I don't know what the fuck. I mean, he gonna talk about it when he talks.
I'm gonna pause this because we also got some more academics just really talking crazy. I think Wack kind of had enough of Act, but here we go. Act soft pointing fingers again, but here we go.
Hey, by the way, I do have a theory though, and I don't know if you guys again. I joined late, and again, first of all, I wouldn't even entertain any conversation. I see some people trying to with the bullshit. You're not listed in this indictment as witness, cooperant, victim, nothing, which means the police is acknowledging you've never had contact with them, right?
Never.
They actually describe you as a rival, basically almost somebody that they might be looking into their damn self. So it doesn't look like But I will say,
like, why do you say that, bro? Like, and this is how you know Act is a Caribbean coon, because you got these white boys sitting up here. You know, this white boy love making content about these niggas. He taking notes right now. He already got him on the payroll, lining him up, and he make money off his interviews. So it looked like Act low key feeding academics is feeding Whack 100 to the wolves. A soft sale right here. Talking about you might be a person of interest. Like, dog, if you my homeboy, like you're not my friend if you keep saying this. It's just weird.
Nothing, which means the police is acknowledging you've never had contact with them, right?
Never.
They actually describe you as a rival, basically almost somebody that they might be looking to their damn self. So it doesn't look like, but I will say some of what you may have done may have helped with the timing, right? I think you,
what's that?
I think you tipping off Big U. I think that definitely.
I did what?
I think you going online and saying that. And the only reason I'm saying this is that if you ever read any federal indictment,
I did what? I tipped him off.
You tipped him off via
What
online.
did the lady say in the recording I sent you?
Well,
please don't what?
Please don't tell. But this is why I'm coming to this conclusion. So the way how these type of, especially with murder, like we haven't seen the grand jury indictment. It has to go to grand jury. This was done through just a complaint, which means they usually go through this is a 4-year investigation. They're definitely going to grand jury. They only do, that's a quick way to get an indictment when an officer or an agent says, we need you to sign off on this, that we can arrest them. I think that they think the U is about to be on the run, honestly. Why would he be on the run? Whack is on everywhere. Yo, they're coming. End of the month. Like, and I thought he was capping. So, again, we're going to see the real.
Still?
No, I thought it then. I
How
thought
many
then.
times have I capped?
Man, you didn't like him, though. Plus, you're saying certain shit. I know you spoke to, or you had some information from the fam. Like, this is like, you should only know this if you're doing the investigation. But I get it. They told the people. So we're gonna get the real indictment very soon.
Yeah.
But the way they did it is usually to prevent. They did it to Dirk because Dirk was gonna board a plane.
Right. And I hesitate to even open this can of worms, but we have reason to be skeptical about your statements about Big U because you obviously co-signed Loose Cannon telling the story about how Big U basically got Nipsey killed or whatever.
We never said he got Nipsey killed.
Okay, but you're saying that he had premeditated knowledge that Nipsey was going to get killed.
What he's saying is,
and that didn't really pan out, although a lot of people are now looking at those statements as if they might have a lot more validity than they once thought.
You see how Adam and academics are lining up Whack and already trying to like put things on him like, well, you gave Loose Cannon the okay to admit to killing Nipsey. Like, these are very strong allegations that you're throwing at him really fast, and this is not trolling once niggas get arrested. And it's like they're forcing Wack's hand to either have to come out and admit that he's a snitch and he police, or that he's under investigation too. And I think they low-key lining this nigga up. All this documented and will be more likely used in court. Yeah, they think they're clever. Yeah, I agree. We're looking hella stupid now. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why, and I played this clip because that was before he decided to crash out on this fat nigga here.
Talk about it, but it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out. Fucking dude was up there 90% of the time with his kids running around. Don't nobody do nothing fucking illegal at no jumper, bro.
Hey, would you want if Adam asked you for suggestion, would you say he should get a lawyer? I think he should get a lawyer. If the feds,
I don't give a fuck. Hey, check this out, bro. That ain't my business what he do. What I give a fuck. I get a lawyer for what? Adam ain't doing nothing wrong.
No, it's not about doing something wrong. It's like if you're gonna talk to federal authorities that are talking about RICO, even if you have nothing to do with it, have a lawyer.
First of all, he don't know nothing about Big U. He don't know nothing about Loose Cannon, but when Loose Cannon comes up here and Brick is his employee. So any motherfucking day, what the fuck? Big U has interviewed up there 2-3 times. Loose ended up there 4-5 times. Brick is an employee. Like, what's the big deal?
Nah, I felt it was
Adam ain't got nothing to hide. Big U ain't fuck with that building since I hit the building. Since I hit that building, he ain't fuck with that building. Think about it. Since I hit that building, he ain't fuck with that building.
Hey.
And we on episode what? 88, 85?
Okay, let me ask you this for the record. If they subpoenaed you to answer questions, would you?
Hey, bro, check this out. Academics.
What type of question is that, bro? Like, but I feel like Wack is stupid for keep talking to Adam and act like why are you continue to talk to these niggas?
Tell you again, bro.
Okay.
Stop trying to put me in something.
No. I was just giving a scenario.
They gonna subpoena you about some shit ain't got nothing to do with you, bro.
I would hope not.
You and the rest of these bitch ass niggas, stop trying to incorporate me in something that ain't got nothing to do with me, homie. You nowhere in there.
No, hold on. Wait.
Where you see shit was orchestrated with Wack 100.
Wait. Wack.
Stop trying to
No.
put me in something that ain't got nothing to do with me, nigga.
Wait.
I ain't from Rolling 60s.
Wack. Let me clear that up. No, let me clear that up. Let me clear it up. I'm not
What are you talking about?
No, I'm not saying you had nothing to do with it.
No, that's what you keep.
No. Let me clarify.
Hey, look, bro. Get in your lane, bro.
No.
Some shit is
You gotta turn up on that nigga. I'm with Wack. You gotta turn up on it because he keep trying y'all. He keep trying you like he wants you to go to jail. And how many times he gotta keep saying shit until you like, bro, I'm about to crash out on this fuck nigga, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. You just can't let niggas just play on your name like this. But I'm gonna keep it going.
Disrespectful, bro.
No. Only thing,
bro.
I wasn't trying to
stop insinuating. I'm gonna ask you.
Wait,
I don't know if you dumb or slow.
No.
Or you just playing for content.
No. Hold on. You think I'm saying something I'm not?
Did you read all the shit?
Yeah. No.
What do I got to do with any of it?
I think that the feds would want you to be listed as a victim. I'm
not a victim, dummy.
No, hold on. I'm not saying you are, but I think they would want
to happen to you.
Okay, I think they would want to talk to you in that sense, and you could probably say no. You could probably be like, "No, I'm good." But
to you, bro.
But
let me explain something to you, bro. I'm gonna say this one more time, bro. Nothing in that paperwork, none of those actions, no laws were broken when it comes to my name. It's just a nigga talking.
Okay.
And the nigga's not talking about having me assassinated. He's not talking about kidnapping me. He's not even saying killing me.
Well, he didn't say break his jaw.
He said, I want to break his jaw. If that's the case, niggas should be investigated every day, right?
Now, I understand if you're Wack and you're innocent and you have nothing to do with the indictment, and you have people trying to throw your name into it as if you're supposed to be involved, it can be annoying. I get.
Yeah, I'm gonna let people get Chig's personal view on that. I just feel like that was some bullshit. You can't say you rock with me, we homies and shit, and you out here goddamn with these lineup ass questions. Oh, and another story by Loose Cannon that he told that was fake. I want to go ahead and play that too. Because I was telling Star on Starport because he was asking me, he's like, yo, is Loose Cannon is a story about him getting so and so robbed, who's like Meek Mill and other shit. Is that true? I'm like, nah, I think Loose Cannon been lying. And every time I'd say Loose Cannon's lying, footage or audio comes up that this nigga was capping. So here we go with Wack again, going off on Act.
Point. This is Big U on the phone as Loose Cannon is saying, we robbed Meek Mill, which has been a lie. I told you that was a lie. Did I not? Sir, bro, it's a fucking lie. Nobody robbed Meek Mill. I told you that. That's cap. None of that never happened. Keefe Bay was there. He ain't going for none of that. That nigga gonna come back on a Delta flight dead before he let a nigga just rob Meek Mill in front of him.
Wait.
Keefe Bay. Remember that name. Keefe Bay. Star told me to look him up on YouTube. I will implore you guys to look him up. Keefe Bay. Wack said that Keefe Bay wouldn't let that go down. I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying.
Did you say that to Loose when he was free? Did you say that to Loose? Did you tell Loose?
I told Loose that. That's cap.
So you told Loose, I think you're lying.
No money. It wasn't even about no money. Look, Meek Mills told Big U, I'll give you a free day. He said, could you come perform for the kids? He said, cool, I'll come perform for the kids for free. The kids, right? Big U, with his slick ass, snake ass, you know what he does? He goes, sells the date to a promoter. So somebody called Meek to book him on that date. Meek took his bag, and because he was free for the kids, he said, yo, change the date. Big U goes into a panic. Why? Because he's doing some sleaze bag shit, and he just sold the date for the, to a promoter for some bread. So he's getting mad, saying, nah, you got to do this date. Meek like, nah, I ain't doing the date. I got to pick up a bag. Nigga, I got 6 figures over here. Go get this bag. I'm going to do this, and then I'll do your free date. You can't control a nigga giving you a free date. You get what I'm saying? So all that was a transfer date. All this money shit and all this took a chain shit. Hey, bro, them Philly niggas come out here 15, 20 deep, bro. It's like we in Miami 15, 20 deep. You ain't taking nothing from us, bro. That's just real. That shit been capped.
Hey, listen, Wack, I only ask you because...
Which, like I said before, to be honest, that was going to be cap. I knew that was cap. That Meek Mill, the whole Meek Mill got robbed thing. I'm not a Meek Mill fan, but I just don't rock with, I just didn't see that happening. I'm like I said, I'm not a Meek Mill supporter like that. I don't, oh my God, nobody can do that. Meek Mill. I don't stand by none of that type of shit. I just don't believe that Meek Mill was, how can I say this? I just don't believe niggas just ran down on Meek Mill and robbed him. I just don't. That's just not believable to me at all. We also got some law and crime footage about the topic. Let me get that primed up for you guys right now. I'm just deleting a few screens so we can run this pretty smoothly. Give me a second. All right. Let me present screen for you guys.
Over 21 years, I've elevated my family. Come back.
You don't have involvement hearing in federal court at the end of the month, and no plea has been entered yet. He's expected to be arraigned on April 8th.
There's so many allegations laid out in this indictment. Let's bring on Detective Eric Barnes. Eric, it's always great to see you. Now, I do want to mention to our viewers, you don't have involvement in the case, but I got to know, what's your reaction to the indictment against Big U? He's accused of murder, running a mafia-like enterprise, and that's just kind of scratching the surface.
There are so many details to unpack in this indictment. Very well written, very well laid out, and definitely when you read the indictment, it definitely gives you a different picture than what Big U has displayed over social media and across the media networks.
Yeah, and it feels that way too, especially because it seemed like he was doing so much good. Like he had the youth programs, the food drives, the mentorship. But according to the feds, on the flip side, he was still involved in, the life. What do you make of just kind of this double life that the feds allege that Big U was doing?
Well, it's been seen sometimes that people have a hard time cutting ties with some old friends and maybe even old habits that may drag them back into that lifestyle. Now, what remains to be seen is, how these alleged crimes connect back to other individuals from his community. But I think that there is so many details that you have to. It's definitely worth to look and just to say that maybe there's more going on than what he wanted to admit.
Yeah. And, one of the things that kind of stands out in the indictment amongst like other things is just kind of this fear that he allegedly invoked on people in Los Angeles, like requiring people to check in with him for protection, or even these relationships that he had with like celebrities, athletes, and rappers. But then at the same time is accused of embezzling their money, including from big names like Draymond Green and Shaq. But what do you make of just, him using these relationships to kind of prop himself up, but at the same time kind of pull a double side and just kind of allegedly embezzle from them too?
I think, everything is so close knit in the world of entertainment between rap icons and music legends and also sports icons. You hear often that, rappers all want to play sports and professional athletes all want to be rappers. So I think it's all one and the same when you look in, the entertainment world, because, the money that you make gives you access to different types of people. And, some of those individuals, they still have ties to the criminal world. It's going to eventually show itself.
And do you think that he may have pulled the wool over their heads by kind of, acting like their friend, but at the same time, allegedly pocketing their money?
The first thing that I thought about when I read the indictment was, they mentioned all these other gang members that he was associated with. And, the entertainment check is not going to be enough to support all of those people. So, if they're going to be part of the entourage, he has to find a way for them to eat. And for what it sounds like, it was criminal activity.
Yeah, and to, run an alleged RICO enterprise or what the indictment says, the Big U enterprise, obviously you're going to need a lot of people and a lot of people that you may have known from the old life, a lot of people that you just feel more comfortable kind of, sharing more details of your life to them. But what do you make of just kind of what the feds are alleging as far as just the organization of this alleged enterprise and just the fact that, a lot of people are also swept up in this indictment too, not just Big U?
In terms of just sheer power, they always say there's strength in numbers. But I think in terms of committing crimes, that also plays against you. There's more eyes, more ears, and more mouths that are involved in the business of whatever Big U enterprise may be. And now when you talk about RICO indictments, that means everybody that's part of the indictment is liable for every single charge that is in that indictment. So if the lower hanging fruit or the guys that had maybe the least amount of criminal culpability, now those guys are in a position where they have to do what's best for themselves.
Yeah, and speaking of that, when you're having an indictment of this sort, it seems like, the feds are going to need witnesses or cooperating witnesses, What are your thoughts on potential informants that may have been, in that organization potentially?
Anytime that a RICO indictment comes up, you have to have information from the inside at some point, and it could come from different sources. It doesn't necessarily have to be an informant that's mentioned in an indictment. It could be someone that they've dealt with in the past that's renounced the gang lifestyle, but they definitely have to have someone from the inside or someone that was in the inside at one point to kind of give insight into what was really going on.
Yeah, and I'm sure, when the feds come knocking and they're asking what happened when and where, and you're facing what could be the rest of your life in prison, I feel like it might be easy to understand why it might have been easy for, witnesses to kind of come forth and explain why this happened or what happened when, to kind of piece together more for investigators. But, I can't emphasize enough how this indictment kind of reads like a TV show or a movie, and there's so many allegations in it. But I want to talk to you about the murder of one of the rappers that was signed to Big U's music label. Now, Big U is accused of murdering him seemingly over a diss track. He allegedly took the body out to the desert, disposed of him, then allegedly threatened witnesses not to talk about the rapper's murder. Now, the rapper wasn't named in the indictment. We only know the initials being RW. But what do you make of just, him? And this was back in 2021, but what do you make just of the allegation of the murder in retaliation for this diss track? That, it's just so much that I just can't emphasize enough. It's a lot. But what do you make of it?
Well, murder is one of the predicate offenses that the Department of Justice allows you to use whenever you're indicting someone for RICO. And I think, the murder itself is, the highest charge. Is the, in terms of most civilian eyesight, it's the worst crime that could be committed. And so when you talk about someone losing their life and inside a structure, inside an organization, and the person that is allegedly responsible for it is the top guy, it just goes as to show that this is why these organizations can't exist. You're basically untouchable within that organization because out of fear, no one else wants to be next. And so I think that with indicting so many people, prosecutors will probably get more details on that murder if indeed it did occur.
And do you think that's why it took so long? This murder happened back in 2021. Do you think that's why it took so long for the indictment to come down? It's 2025 now. If they had enough back in 2021 or 2022, even 2023, why not, arrest him for murder and then continue to build the RICO case? Why wait until 2025? Is it just so that way all the ducks were in a row for them to bring these charges against him? Is it because they may have feared he may have fled? What are your thoughts on just why it took so long for them to bring about this murder charge too?
I think definitely with cases like this, because they are complex in the nature, someone that's cooperating today may not be cooperating tomorrow. And then as an investigator, you have to go back and prove the information that you get. You have to go back and corroborate it and make sure that someone's not just telling you something because it's in their benefit today. You have to actually go and find facts to support this information. And I think that when you work with when you're working on dismantling a close-knit organization, people don't want to talk about those things. One, out of fear that they may be involved and may catch a charge involved with it, but also the repercussions that may take place out in the neighborhood.
Yeah, those repercussions, including the check-in, including, there being consequences if you don't check in. If you believe what the feds are alleging in this allegations, I can understand why, a lot of people may have been fearful of Big U and just what could happen to them as a result of everything. And he's facing a lot of time behind bars now, possibly up to life in prison. But he claims he's innocent. He made those statements in a video as he was turning himself in. What are your thoughts on just, Big U claiming he's innocent, but, this is a lot of allegations and this is from the federal authorities. What are your thoughts?
I watched a press conference and it seemed that the assistant United States attorney was very passionate and very convicting, in terms of his beliefs about the indictment. So that was
all right. So we got enough of him talking about this whole case so far. We got some more footage. I think he kind of broke it down for, some of the boring parts. And we got some more bullshit. Here is Ack saying that he said he got money for Brick Baby and his lawyer. So here we go, right here.
Tapped you on the shoulder, gang. Hey, yo.
we live right now, just so you know.
Ack, what up?
Oh, shit. Is that my boy Flock?
Big Ack, man. What's up, man?
Yella.
Yo, all I gotta say is, listen, Adam, I know you rich as fuck, but if the feds tap Flock on the shoulder, I got his legal fees. They ain't touching my boy. Stop.
Hey, man. Yeah, facts, man. Come on, man. Facts, man.
Y'all gotta stick together.
Yes, sir, man. Come on.
Hold on. Hey, stop. Hey, I know you ain't gonna hold down Brick, but tell Brick I got a nice, I got a nice little 10K on the bond. You know what I mean? Come on, I got him.
I had a few people tapping in saying that they want to give Brick money for a lawyer or whatever, but they also really want to wait to make sure that he maybe hasn't been having certain kind of they're basically paranoid that they're going to put money on his books or pay for the lawyer, and then they're going to find out that he's snitching, which is crazy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I put money on your books, I hope you snitching. Hey, listen,
God.
snitching or not, here's the reality though. It got to come through you because they can't. I can't. It got to be like the Whack 100 Keefy D shit. It can't come directly from me. You feel me?
That's a good point.
You don't want to get involved in none of that fair shit.
Hey, we got the big dog, the man who took down the Rolling 60s right here. You ain't a 6-0 until you take down the 6-0s.
Hey, let me tell you this. Oh, we got 600 in the building. I got a shout to him and Whack. They gave us more police details than First 48, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Right. You know what I mean? Now here's the thing.
That's a true statement. That's a true statement. It was online talking like a motherfucker, bro. That's a true statement. You can't act like it wasn't. But here we go.
They're not. It's not even like they got the info by anything that's not public knowledge. They just use their brain.
Mm-hmm.
You never want to beef with an educated, smart street nigga. Street niggas supposed to be dumb. If I was anybody in the streets, I'd stay away from them two niggas. They're using too much brain power.
They took everything they learned from watching Trap Lord Ross and 1090 Jake, and they said, all right, we're going to do this in real time.
I learned from Whack.
Yo, Ack.
Wait, did y'all confirm that 600 showed up with the investigators to raid Big U's house?
We were just talking about that. Right?
We was talking about that right now.
Just talking about that.
I got there too late. Listen, I wanted to be there when they walked this little fat behind outside and get that content. But I got there too late, and he wasn't even home.
What did Whack press you? Yeah, that's about that.
Hey, by the way, do they feel a little bit kind of remorseful because all of this, it has culminated into the indictment, But I gotta be honest, like if like I've only met Luce once. I love his content. Like I look at him as a very sympathetic, like I fuck with him. And I feel so bad he's jammed up in this. Like, I wonder if like Wack feels bad that he got caught up, or Wack's like, yo, every man's for himself.
I mean, but he like intentionally fell out with Wack like a week before all this shit went down, which is kind of poetic. Kind of insane,
right?
A matter of days.
Yeah,
I think he was just done with dealing with Wack shit.
No, he got mad because they posted the call.
Oh yeah, well,
right before he got taken down.
I just feel like that was just such like a frivolous like front of a reason to be like, oh, Wack did this, when it's like that's not a good enough reason to cut off the dude who basically has been holding you down for all these years.
And you conveniently though, like got like both of the subjects.
When 6ix9ine went up to the Breakfast Club and said, I fired all these guys. I'm not with them. They're not my friends. I'm only Dolo. You know what happened before? The feds had preemptively talked to him, and he realized that something was coming, so he wanted to seem isolated. When people cut off people or start separating themselves from everything or squashing beefs, the feds might have talked to Luce, and Luce might have been like, oh, hold on, let me just kind of fall back from some of this shit before they think I'm linking up with niggas.
The craziest shit is that Luce was saying he was 32. It turns out he's actually 42.
With a twin.
With a twin.
Yo, what did the feds ask you for, though?
They just wanted the cease and desist of Big U, basically trying to get us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon suggested that Big U had advanced knowledge that Nipsey was going to get killed.
Did you get a lawyer?
Yeah, my lawyer is the one who facilitated the conversation with the feds. I didn't talk to him directly.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I knew how that was going to go because, again, never said anything, and I still won't. But when the fans came for 6ix9ine, they had some interesting ass, too.
Okay. But now we all wondering if we're going to see some kind of developments in terms of the Big U Nipsey connection. No?
Yeah, because if you like read like the actual indictment, or no, sorry, like the actual complaint, the feds is like bringing up like a bunch of like Nipsey stuff, and I'm reading this wondering like why they keep like why, right?
Hey.
But now we know why.
Hey, put like this, Adam. When allegedly the feds, again, I'm only using my closeness to a situation with 6ix9ine. When they had said anything that was revolving, asking me for anything, they weren't asking me for nothing they didn't have. They just wanted exact original copies and chain of custody for court. Facts. Like, they already had it. They were never saying, oh, we don't know this is. So if they're asking for something that's dealing with Nipsey, that's an investigation that's progressed very far already. Guaranteed.
Oh man.
Well, that's why they started the whole this indictment. Like that was when the investigation started, was because of the Nipsey thing.
Well, what I heard was
if you listen to Wack, supposedly the mother of Rashawn Wright, I think that's his name, was saying that the police was telling them, or the investigators was saying, hey, they're gonna go tie some stuff to Nipsey, and them asking you for some Nipsey stuff is the first time, because they don't really put it in that first complaint. The indictment press release just went out, but the full thing hasn't been up on the site. This might be some more shit that comes in the future.
Exactly. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep getting more and more people to talk. They're going to probably uncover like every substantial thing that Big U has ever involved in. We're going to find out.
There's going to be content gold for like a year, right?
It's going to be a couple of years before it even goes on trial, and then we'll start really finding shit.
Well, content go for a year.
Yo, I had a convo with Wack, and by the way, it was a little hostile, but it was great content. I love Wack.
We seen that.
I did
The
reaction on
convo was just centered around, hey, if they're coming at Adam, and again, this is not accusing anyone of cooperating or not accusing anyone of in any type of way, but the feds might just want to speak to people who they're naming. And Wack was like, he kind of shot it down really good.
Very aggressive, like he almost has something to hide.
Yeah, he called you a weirdo and all types of stuff.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know, but it just seemed like
now what you think, Adam?
Either he's like in just like a weird state right now where he's just being like super aggressive and pissed off about everything, or he was, I don't know, man. He just responded to you suggesting that in such a way that's just out of pocket, and it felt like it kind of showed his hand a little bit, that he was like more upset by that idea than he actually needed to be.
Like, and that is my biggest issue. That's my over to the middle. That's my biggest issue right now with the situation at hand. You claim these are your business partners. These can't be your friends because academics is police. For him to be somebody from New Jersey, why is his nose all the way in California business? Why is Ack and Adam 22? You can't even say it's trolling. Why are they suggesting that Whack 100 have some level of involvement with this? I know why, because he either police or he does, but I don't think that Adam 22 and academics are pointing at Whack for no reason. I think you're trying to get him out the paint too. And we're going to finish this conversation, this interview. We have over 110 people. We have over 110 people in here watching live. We have been going live for over 3 hours. We probably have like another hour and a half to go. So we're just going to keep footage rolling. Hit the like button, subscribe, Florida Boy J on YouTube, and we are continuing the show. Let's go.
Well, here's the thing. If they did try to speak to Whack, and again, it's not that maybe they're investigating him. Maybe they're saying, hey, we caught a nigga who was trying to do something to you. We're just trying to corroborate some shit with you, right? Hey, did this happen? Did this? What's the version of what? Now, if Whack ever did speak to investigators, we know the Whack 100 10 commandments of anti-snitching. Would that go against it? I was thinking about that because I'm like, okay, so you can't speak to the feds,
bro. Listen, I heard Whack say
to them without
no. Listen, I heard Whack say
you can't
on Pyro when they come, you do.
Like, I got a question. How do you have fat ass, thick thighed Flacco up there, couldn't run up the stairs, perked out of goddamn Adam 22 allegedly, and goddamn it's like you got a circle of nerds sitting together talking about what's snitching and what's not. This is the internet, and I can't say Cali niggas condone this type of shit because I just think this is just some internet shit. I don't think this is regional. It's just watching these niggas break down snitching is kind of crazy. But here's the rest of the conversation.
Tell them call my lawyer.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Until you get a subpoena, and then it's impeding with an investigation if you don't talk to them.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know shit.
There's nothing
exactly.
I'm worried about the feds asking me because, to be real, like I just don't have any knowledge of anything that isn't basically public.
Them rules are set
Why
in
they
place.
contact me yet?
Those rules are set in place not to talk because people don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
The average game banger is not sharp.
Did they give you a subpoena?
They subpoenaed the cease and desist,
Ooh.
which they had a grand jury approve the subpoena or whatever in order to get that cease and desist, which I would have just handed over if they asked for it, but I don't know. Apparently they got
Cease and desist for what? Well, I'll tell you this, and since me and Flacco, one of the most realest YouTube gangsters in the streets.
The facts.
They was trying to holler at me, and that's why I knew what they were going to do to you. It said, hey, listen, unless you want to be in the grand jury testifying, and we can force you, give us what we want. You got nothing to do with this. Give us what we want. We already got it, but we need the original copy.
Yeah,
and
I got nothing against that. I could have posted it on my Instagram story.
Where with the loose cannon stuff, Act, or what stuff you talking about?
You talking about?
You talking about the loose cannon stuff or what?
No. I'm telling Adam how they're gonna come at the media because they have came at me in similar fronts about other things just because of the close proximity. You get what I'm saying? And it's an interesting time. Let me tell you this. Has Flacco get pulled in?
Pause. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, we're not about to spare this fat ass nigga Flacco, and this isn't. Oh, you're kicking his back in. I mean, no, nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know fat nigga attire, but this looks crazy, bro. I'm not up here talking. These are just normal niggas. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. This is ridiculous. I don't give a fuck what you niggas talking about. We got to start shaming niggas again, bro. Don't come online looking crazy like this. When you're on your camera, your lighting is helping you and the camera's helping you. You come on no jumper and you look like you're the couch.
Things
just crazy.
Just because of the close proximity.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? And you know, it's an interesting time. Let me tell you this. Wait, has Flacco get pulled in?
Bro, I want to get talked to, nigga.
Why?
I didn't talk to
Why?
nigga.
They don't have a video with
Why?
they'll be happy as hell.
Bad.
Yo, bro, I've been praying niggas come and talk to me, nigga. The content gonna go crazy, nigga.
Wow. This nigga want to talk to the feds so bad.
Oh, nah?
When the fans come try to talk to you, and I'm a civilian, we don't do nothing.
Yeah.
They start showing different hands that you get spooked. They told me how much they were watching anytime I was hanging with 6ix9ine in the middle of the trenches, even times we thought we were alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You get spooked just off of that because they know everything. Like, they were just like, okay, of course, they know way more than you want to know, and it'll scare you how much they know.
Of course, but act, bro, listen, though, but bro, I'm willing. Listen, bro, if them niggas say, hey, yo, come and take the stand and testify, hey, bro, we know this, do this. Listen, there's not a nigga safe, bro. I'll be real again, brick my nigga, loose my nigga, bro. But hey, if I gotta choose between preserving myself and telling what I know, the honest, hey, nigga, I'm telling what I know. I'm sorry, nigga.
But Flacco, this is a swift departure from what you were saying the other day, bro.
Nigga, I am snitching if I got to snitch, nigga. But
you said you got a lawyer, so you didn't have to talk to them.
Snitching is not for civilian. That's the gang. It's a street term.
There's such a thing called volunteer snitching. You could just hit them up. I'll give you the number.
Me and Brick, Brick and Loose Cannon never did any crime together or like discuss crime. So I don't know nothing. But if they telling me, hey, bro, were you there when this conversation happened and I was there and I got to confirm that this is not an edit? Damn right, it's not an edit, nigga. He said this on camera.
Yo, Flacco, listen, man, you gotta hit them up, call them about the.
And then we got 600, the same guy sitting here. I think he's trying to get credit for snitching too. I don't know why these niggas raising their hands for telling, but here we go.
That last interview, which was probably like a little over a year ago, I'm guessing. You saw Brick. You guys took a picture together. Big U gets super mad after that. But how long had you been out of communication with Big U at that point? Because there is this one video that I always think about where it was you and Big U in a backyard or something, and he was kind of like making you say stuff that was almost like you pledging your loyalty to him and the set and whatnot. And it kind of had the same vibes as like, remember the clip of Justin Bieber when his car broke down in the hood?
Well,
when he had to sing, when he was singing for fools outside the
Not
BJ's.
saying that you're on Bieber's level, but it kind of felt like you didn't want to be there and you weren't really feeling it and you were kind of just going along with it. But that was an awkward video. Like, so was that was the last time you guys were ever really around each other?
We were together a little shortly after that. So what that was, it was a situation to where it was a lot of talking going on in my neighborhood, and it was like 5, 6 people on the phone. I was like, you know what? Let's just pull up. Let's figure all that. We all at. I'm on such and such street. I'm on my way. I speed over there. He speed over there. The other 4 or 5 people didn't show up, so it's just me and him. So we get there. He like, come on. I'm like, come on, what? Like, come on, like let's fight. I'm like, I'm not here to fight you, bro.
Oh boy, that would be an epic squabble for the ages.
Right. So I'm like, bro, no, what them busters that who was on that phone popping it, and I said, let's all pull up and figure it out. So we talked about what we talked about, and I said, all right, man, pull your phone out, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go live, talk your stuff, how you do it, make sure you add me. So I'm just a loyal, little homie, loyal type of dude, you know what I mean? Who, no matter what's going on, I'm going to still show loyalty. And I said in the video, I said, listen, any of y'all busters got any problem, we could pull it up. We could pull up right now. All y'all popping, all this talking y'all doing, we were just on the phone, where y'all at? And that's really what that was, you know what I mean?
Yo, I feel like the biggest narrative that I've seen and online is, and this is like a honest question too, man. Do you feel like because the mom said, yo, don't say nothing because the feds want us to be kind of, you feel me? If she says, yo, like late March, early April, and Big U, I think I picked up like the 18th or 19th, right? So do you feel like putting that out early got him arrested earlier?
I don't know. Like I said, I never talked to detectives. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but you just never really know.
Yeah, fact.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, like I said,
Do you feel
was
guilty?
private
if it's probably-
information.
Yeah.
It was private information.
Yeah.
To prevent whatever they was trying to prevent. But we went against law enforcement's,
Yeah, because what if
rules.
Big U had hopped on a plane and he was just in France right now or somewhere where
Right.
they wouldn't extradite him, like Russia, Big U in Russia,
Right.
like,
Yeah. You know
like
what I'm saying?
Edward Snowden or something. Like, I mean, that could have happened. We could have never got any sort of justice if that was the case, which, the average person wouldn't care about, but for the family of the kid who got killed,
But to
that
them,
would've been
though,
upsetting.
they don't want the justice. They again,
Free
so
them niggas, man.
but the plan was to warn him beforehand. So that's why I'm asking if the warning him got him arrested sooner, then one would ask, okay, y'all are really intelligent. Like, again, like you are a really smart nigga.
Yeah.
So somebody can say, oh, maybe this was like a diabolical, like double play, which is I'm putting it out early to quote unquote warn you publicly, but in fact, I'm just making sure the feds pick you up sooner.
Well, we can't make sure they pick him up sooner.
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll never know that. You know what I'm saying? We was never in contact with him.
Facts, of course.
Like we'll never know that. But they gave approximate
Yeah.
dates and they hit on them approximate dates.
That's
I think we put the information out too late.
Damn, for real?
I mean, he got caught.
That's
Unless
true.
he didn't believe us.
Yeah,
I don't think nobody be lying about no stuff like that.
But too late for what? Because like, what would he have done
mean,
if
he
he knew
coulda-
about it a month in advance? Besides just be
I
scared.
mean, he could have left and run and
Nah,
save
bro.
away some money.
If you're being watched, bro, as soon as you purchase a plane ticket out of town,
Obviously, he
it's
got
over
away
with.
for half a day, right?
Well, he probably drove away, right?
But that's what I'm saying. So obviously, it's not like they got him on a monitor or something. He
Oh, yeah,
coulda
that's true.
moved away. He was a fugitive at one point.
Yeah.
So-
He could have drove to Mexico, but if he would have attempted to use that passport to like book a flight, it would
But
have
you
been
could
over.
at
with.
least like, and then like we get to that in a second. Like he went out all bad. Like the way he went out was like bad. But I mean, you could have bought yourself some time and figure it out, and lawyer and money, and grab your women or your wife or whatever you got going, have some fun, get some meals and whatever. Just because you go. I mean, you're a fugitive by the FBI anyway.
Yo, when you heard the surrender video where and he said you might as well get whacked at 600. Like, what's your thoughts?
Complete snitching, bro.
Nah, he didn't mean it like that, man.
You're telling the FBI to go get whacking 600. So let me tell you why a lot of my people in my neighborhood are finally realizing that 680 boy was right. So 31 years ago now, 94, he caught a case with Eddie Boy, his crime. They did a robbery, whatever they did. I think it was a sting. Leaving the robbery when they got caught, it's in the paperwork, quote for quote. I'm trying to say it the same way it's in the paperwork. Man, I should never went to work for Eddie. And that statement alone is in the paperwork, is the reason why Eddie Boy got charged with conspiracy. So my point I'm saying is that when he gets under pressure, he just starts snitching and throwing things out there. It's the same exact thing.
No, but I did hear that before, and because again, I always heard from like street dudes because Thug is in the same situation where I was always told we can't trust the police. So if it's not in a signed statement or on recording, we can't trust the police saying that I said this.
Oh no. See, what happened was that statement actually came to court. His lawyer actually repeated the statement. They asked him that his lawyer actually asked that he didn't get the opportunity to make a full statement and never denied the statement. Never denied him making the statement. The statement is in the paperwork.
Can we get a quick statement from Rich Trapper who's calling in right now? Rich Trapper, what you got to say?
Bro, get that cloud chaser off,
First
man.
and foremost, I for the first time in life, I got to give Flacco some credit for asking a real question.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You a cloud chaser, bro. Like, bro, bro, I want to talk to this nigga, man. Like, yeah, bro, like, bro, we don't
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Bro, he's a no, but we'll get
Let him cook.
Yeah, bro,
He's giving you credit.
I forgot you guys are beefing like that. Wait, all right. We're going to give you a little, what you got to say?
But I'm here to talk about my slow cousin you got up there.
What is
You sit here and just said that you put that information out to warn Big U. But that don't make no sense because everything that's going out is in this indictment. So how are you warning him about him being a fed fugitive on a run? That's harboring, aiding, abetting the fugitive and obstruction of justice. So how the fuck you not in that indictment?
Bro, I haven't broken no laws, bro.
That's how you know.
What
Hold
is
on, Paul.
information out
That's how you know a lot of these niggas be capping, bro. A lot of these niggas be playing goddamn Boy Scout and Girl Scout. Hey, calling in and checking in, run these cards.
Well, listen, I didn't put the information out.
Plug his feet into it, bro, because he about to go make a little bit of
Yeah, but What he doesn't understand is that I never put the information out. I got the information from that from online.
In real life, that's really my cousin. Bro, this nigga's
Why
a
does dude
fucking
keep
cop,
saying
bro.
he's my?
But you gotta go niggas on Grindr, bro. You
That was a good point.
Yo, bro, you gay.
We don't even know this dude's name.
Bro, you punks on Grindr, my nigga.
He does.
We don't give a fuck about your opinion on street. You punks, nigga. You got caught looking for white punks on Grindr, nigga. Shut your. Bro, we don't give a fuck about your opinion, man. Bro, you lost. Listen, bro, you lost all privilege to comment on street, shit, bro. Once we seen you asking to suck on Grindr, bro.
Yeah, that's bad.
Stop it, my nigga.
That's bad work.
And you can't cap because you record all your videos that you react to off your phone, nigga. And get in that screen recording off your phone, nigga.
It was the editor.
In the Grindr app, text niggas to suck. Shut your gay ass up, bro.
One last statement from
bro.
All right, what's your outro statement here?
My outro statement is, let the record reflect.
Use a gay.
The top 5 sitting over there. Remo replaced Flacco, and Flacco been hating on Remo ever since the snitch hunted the cop. Adam,
bro, look again.
Whoa, Remo versus Flacco. New narrative just dropped.
Again,
sorry about that. I forgot you guys were ops like that.
Again, bro. This is what gay niggas do. All right,
bro.
That's your cousin?
No, listen.
Why does he keep calling you? He said it 4 times.
That's
and
like
in a
Lil
super
Reese
chat.
J-Main.
I've never met that guy before.
Hey, that nigga funny as.
I never met him. I don't even know his name. He called me.
Third cousin twice removed.
Cannon tried to call me with him on the phone one time. Somebody, man, who's my cousin? I said, why you keep saying my cousin? I never met you before, bro. I don't even know your name.
Damn.
How are you my cousin? I've never met you.
Damn.
I don't even know your name.
I'm good.
But like I say, I don't let it bother me. But I got all kind of like trollers and people want to say they know me.
Yeah, bro. Listen, yo. If I'm you, bro, right now, you're in a position right now, bro, where like, bro, you have like, bro, clips of you on Twitter with like 10 million views.
All right, so we got just in time. Let me go ahead and talk to you guys for a second. So once again, salute everybody in here. We are passing the 3-hour and 30-minute mark. I really do appreciate everybody tapping in. Like I said, we're having a great show right now, great stream. We're gonna definitely hit the 4-hour mark on this show. And before we do, like I said, if you guys haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube. We are 8 subscribers away from 5,700 subscribers. This next topic, we're going to be breaking down the Yella, Beezy, and Mo3 situation a little bit. And then after that, we're going to pretty much close out the show, approaching that 4-hour mark. But here we go with the Mo3 and Yella, Beezy topic. Salute everybody. We have, like I said, well over 110 people in here. Let's get it cracking. Here we go. Salute to Hip Hop Daily.
Deaths in the rap game. And now its biggest op is facing the death penalty for ordering a hit. Yella, Beezy, and Mo3 were cool back in the day. But now Yella, Beezy is booked on a capital murder charge, and we're breaking the whole thing down. In March 2025, the news broke that Yella, Beezy had been arrested for Mo3's murder. But the cops don't think he's the one who actually pulled the trigger. The cops booked a dude named Keywan White for killing Mo3, but Yella, Beezy is the one who allegedly set it up. According to court documents, Yella, Beezy told Keywan White he'd pay him cash to take out Mo3, but nobody knows how much money Yella, Beezy actually offered or if Keywan White even got paid. A dude named Devin Brown was also booked for being involved with the Mo3 hit, but it's not clear if Yella, Beezy paid him too or if Keywan White is the one who got him involved. Keywan White and Devin Brown are both still fighting that case, but in 2022, Keywan White pleaded guilty on a gun charge and got hit with 9 years in prison. There's no proof behind the story yet, but rumors are flying that Keywan White or Devin Brown flipped on Yella, Beezy to help beat their own case. We don't know how much evidence that the cops already had against Yella, Beezy, but it is weird that he was walking free for 5 years, and now the cops think they have enough evidence to hit him with a murder charge. If Yella, Beezy gets convicted for capital murder, then he'll be facing the death penalty, but there's a good chance that the prosecution will just go for a life sentence instead. It's a lot harder to convince a jury to sentence somebody to death, and that's why life sentences are way more common, even in states where they could go for the death penalty like Texas. Mo3 had a lot of love in Dallas, and people have been hating on Yella, Beezy for allegedly taking him out. But what a lot of people don't know is that Yella, Beezy might have already been killed if Mo3 was alive. Mo3 and Yella, Beezy already had a deadly beef in the city, but it allegedly all started with a different shooting where Mo3 almost got killed. Brian Rainwater was Mo3's manager, and he told Say Cheese TV that everything started with a shooting at a club in Fort Worth. Go Yayo is a rapper from Fort Worth who was trying hard to pop off, but Rainwater said he was just going viral on the internet but didn't have any fans in real life. So when Mo3 started rapping and got booked for a show in Fort Worth, Go Yayo allegedly got pressed about it because he wasn't getting booked for shows in his own city. Some people claim that Go Yayo was also mad because he linked up with Mo3 in the studio one time and Mo3 dusted him on the mic. So when Mo3 went to Fort Worth to perform at a nightclub, Go Yayo and his crew allegedly pressed him. Nobody knows what really went down, but Go Yayo and Mo3's crews ended up getting into a shootout at the club and an innocent dude was tragically killed. After the shooting went down, Mo3 got booked for it and was facing 13 years in prison. He ended up beating the charges, but the situation hurt his career and also sparked the beef that got Mo3 killed. Before the shooting, Mo3 just signed a major deal with Epic Records. But when he got booked for what went down at the nightclub, Epic dropped Mo3 from the label and he had to make his own lane in the industry. Go Yayo didn't have as many fans as Mo3, but Brian Rainwater claims that a bunch of rappers in Dallas chose his side because they were jealous of how much Mo3 was popping off. Mo3 was cool with Yella Beezy and another Dallas rapper named Trap Boy Freddy back in the day. Trap Boy Freddy and Mo3 had a track together called Landlord, and at one point, Yella Beezy said that Mo3 was one of the top 5 rappers in Dallas. But that all changed after the nightclub shooting. Mo3, Yella Beezy, and Trap Boy Freddy could have still squashed the beef if that was the only issue. But then, one of Mo3's homies got killed, and it took the situation to another level. Mo3 was tied with a comedian named Roy Lee. Nobody knows why Yella Beezy had tension with Roy Lee, but his crew allegedly jumped Roy Lee when they spotted him in a nightclub. After that, Roy Lee started clowning Yella Beezy on social media, and then they allegedly jumped him again because he wouldn't stop dissing them. That still didn't stop Roy Lee though, and he clowned Yella Beezy again and said he wanted to run a fade with him. Then in 2018, Roy Lee got shot in the leg and tragically died a couple weeks later. Nobody was ever booked for pulling the trigger on Roy Lee, but rumors said that Yella Beezy and his crew were involved with it. And just a couple days later, somebody tried to take out Yella Beezy too. Yella Beezy was in his whip when somebody pulled up and started shooting. They hit Yella Beezy up 3 times, and Mo3 allegedly rapped about it on the track Word Around Town and said, "Word around town that somebody got found, slumped over in the car, body stretched out on the ground." And on the track 219, Mo3 rapped, "In the city they talking, they know what I did. I hit up that rapper, you made him famous. Yeah, he barely made it, but will not again." Mo3 was calling Yella Beezy on social media by calling him a whatchamacallit. And on 219, he also rapped, "Lost asking about a body in Fort Worth. Have my show, but I do not recall it. You heard that rapper got shot in the tollway? No, I don't. Who? Whatchamacallit?" Mo3 allegedly already had a bag on his head back then. And he also rapped, "Heard he put 10 on my head, so a shooter gonna end up in debt. How you gonna pay for a body, but tell the police I'm a threat?" Around the same time all of that was going down, Mo3 started beefing with Trap Boy Freddy too. Trap Boy Freddy decided to keep rocking with Go Yayo after the nightclub shooting, and he dropped a track with Go Yayo, Yella Beezy, and some other dudes called Pick 6. Trap Boy Freddy and Mo3 started sending shots back and forth on social media. Mo3 wanted to run the fade with Freddy and pulled up to his hood, but Freddy allegedly ducked the fade and pointed a rifle at Mo3. Mo3 was taking shots at Yella Beezy and Trap Boy Freddy all over social media, and that's why they stomped out Mo3's manager, Brian Rainwater. They caught Rainwater outside of a club in Dallas called V Live and stomped him out so badly that he had to get a hip replacement to fix all the damage they did. Damn. Then in September 2020, Mo3 went to the same nightclub and got into a shootout. Someone started shooting at Mo3 when he pulled up, so he busted back and hit 2 people. And rumors say that Trap Boy Freddy was one of the dudes that Mo3 hit. Trap Boy Freddy told everyone he got into a car wreck, and that's why he was in the hospital. But Mo3 claims that Freddy was capping about it and just didn't want to admit that he got shot.
Is my op laid up in a hospital talking about he got in a car wreck? Boy, they talking about you broke your leg. Tell these niggas you really got hit up.
Mo3 kept calling Yella Beezy for getting shot too. Like on the track Out the Gym, when he raps, "Man, I'm with niggas, we decapitate a op. Better go tell them not to huddle up, cause I'ma catch all of them niggas and put them under. Break them all. I know you heard how we did such and such. Pull up and we'll fuck it up." Mo3 also talks about Yella Beezy putting money on his head and raps, "Tired of dropping everything around him. Since he paying for it, yeah, I want the boss man. Whatchamacallit better tell him how I'm rocking, cause you already felt me. Damn near died on that freeway. Lord help him." Then just a few weeks later, Mo3 was brutally killed in broad daylight. According to some sources, Mo3 had just left a woman's crib and spotted somebody following him. Mo3 hit the interstate to try and get away, but the shooters were right on him. Mo3 stopped his car and tried to get his gun, but before he could get to it, there was already a shooter running down on him. Mo3 tried to run down the road, but the shooter caught him 8 times and left him dead in the middle of traffic. Right after it went down, everyone was saying that Yella Beezy or Trap Boy Freddy was involved with the hit, but there wasn't any evidence to back it up. And for a while, people were also saying that Mo3 got killed by a jealous dude because Mo3 was hooking up with his baby mama. And even Mo3's manager claimed that he got killed over a woman.
Mo3 never died over no rap shit. He died over jealous baby daddy.
But now the cops think they have enough evidence to put Yella Beezy away for life or even give him the death penalty. After Mo3 died, Yella Beezy kept blowing up in the rap game, but he's been running into legal drama the whole time too. In February 2021, Yella Beezy got booked on gun charges, and rumors started going around that it was related to the Mo3 hit. Yella Beezy was released on the same day he got booked though, and it was clear he wasn't fighting a serious case. Then a few months later, the cops pulled Yella Beezy over and hit him with more drug and gun charges. Yella Beezy's career was popping off at the same time, and he got to open for Jay-Z and Beyonce. But then he got booked again for sexual assault and another gun case. And a few months before he got booked for allegedly putting a bag on Mo3's head, Yella Beezy got into a fight outside of a courthouse. According to rumors, Mo3's brother was involved with the situation, and Yella Beezy tried to jump in, but he slipped and hit the ground before he could even throw a punch. According to some sources, Trap Boy Freddy is allegedly involved with the Mo3 case too. Trap Boy Freddy pleaded guilty to gun charges back in 2022 and got hit with a 16-month sentence. But now he's allegedly facing way more time if he's wrapped up in the hit on Mo3 too. Nobody knows what kind of evidence the cops have right now, but if Keywan White or Devin Brown are working with the police, then it's going to be a tough case for Yella Beezy. They set his bond at $2 million, so Yella Beezy will have to put up $200K if he wants to be free before the trial starts. Yella Beezy could probably pay that and have a little bit of freedom, but there's a good chance he's going to be put away for life.
Yeah, man. That nigga goddamn Yella Beezy's kind of fucking stupid. I'm gonna be honest. Let me get this on stream. Yella Beezy's fucking like, come on, bro. Let me get this going. Yella Beezy's his bond did get reduced from I think a million to like 7,500,000 or something like that.
Story. North Texas rapper Yella Beezy in court today accused of killing another rapper. Our Natalie Haddad joins us live now from the courthouse in Dallas. Natalie, a lot of people interested in this story. What happened in court today?
Yeah, absolutely, Janelle. I was sitting in the hearing in that courtroom and every seat was full, every pew, I should say. And again, just mentioned, we just walked out of that courtroom. A judge granted rapper Yella Beezy a lesser bond. This was his first court appearance. It was all about the bond that he was assigned to him when he was first arrested. Now, Yella Beezy, whose real name is Marquise Conway, he was arrested just last week in a murder for hire plot. So some background for you. Conway was initially given a $2 million bond. His defense team argued he could not afford that, and he needed to be in a position where he could continue to provide for his immediate and extended family. And despite the prosecution arguing that Conway could pay a $2 million bond if he wanted to because he lives in a mansion in Frisco and flies in private jets, Conway now returns to jail with a $750,000 bond instead. So it went from $2 million to $750,000. Conway arrested last week, nearly 5 years after the murder of another Dallas rapper, Melvin Noble, known by his rap name Mo3. Conway is accused of hiring a hitman who carried out Noble's murder. He faces a capital murder while remuneration charge, and this means that the killing was done for financial gain or reward. Now, back in November of 2020, Noble was shot and killed on I-35 in Dallas. I believe we have seen video of that. He tried to get out of his car and run, but was gunned down by a man with a rifle. 2 men were arrested in the weeks following his murder and are facing federal charges themselves. But now this case against Conway could reveal details into the hired hitman's payments and the motivation behind the murder. Again, just walked out of the courtroom just a few moments ago. Conway was escorted back to the jail. He was present for the hearing. So we will keep you updated right here on WFAA whether Conway pays that now $750,000 bond. Janelle?
Well, thanks for that update, Natalie.
So it look like he might get out, man. Look like he might get out.
Are we ready to proceed? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2014. What was your occupation?
Deputy clerk. Yes, it is.
And back in the clerk's room, where in the old days we had a lot of paperwork, lawyers would take.
And this is some of the footage right here of the rundown.
This is just for context. This is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11th, 2020.
Like, look right here.
Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on the, I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Q1 White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have.
Like, that is crazy. That is crazy. And why didn't you grab it before this happened? This is nuts. This is nuts.
Your Honor, I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame.
I mean, I want to know, like, maybe he didn't have his gun on him, so that's why he like hopped out and forgot his gun was in the car or something. But man, that shit look crazy.
Gates and Boozy Badass.
We're gonna run this last video, and we're gonna probably close out the show. But let's go ahead and run it right here.
His songs were climbing the charts of Billboard, and by all accounts, his career was only going up. Then he was gunned down in broad daylight on a busy Texas highway.
I'm Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime. Now, the shooting was nearly 5 years ago, but just last week, police made a shocking announcement. They've arrested another Dallas rapper in connection to the case, accusing him of setting up the murder. But the question still remains as to why.
For this case, we have to go back to 2020, November 11th of that year to be exact. Melvin Noble was heading north on Interstate 35 in Dallas, Texas, a road I myself have taken plenty of times. This was just before noon, so lots of people are traveling along that highway. Then suddenly someone approaches Melvin's car. Now, before I get more into it, you might not know Melvin Noble by that name. You might know him better as Mo 3. So someone approaches Mo 3's car, but not just anyone, a masked gunman. According to police, Mo got out of his car and ran. Then he was hit by several bullets. Now remember, this is a busy highway that for the most part is locked in and no way really to escape. Mo died from his injuries, and a bystander inside another car was hit as well, but survived. Now the imagery, kind of hard to get out of your head. I mean, it's an ambush-style attack on a highway, a bystander is hit. It's a lot, right? So the next question that had to be answered, Who did it? Well, that answer came a month later when homicide detectives arrested a 22-year-old believed to be responsible for Mo3's murder. And that person was Kiwan White. He actually was taken into federal custody for possessing a firearm by a convicted felon, but also charged with murder. Kiwan ended up pleading guilty on the gun charge and is currently serving a 9-year sentence, but that murder charge is still open. But the story doesn't end there. When Kiwan was arrested, it was reported that he had ties to another Dallas rapper, Marquise Conway, better known as Yella Beezy. Yella Beezy and Mo3 were somewhat immersed in a feud with one another right before Mo3's death. But at the time, Yella wasn't accused or even criminally charged in connection to Mo3's murder. Then another arrest was made 5 months after the shooting. So this is April of 2021. Devin Maurice Brown was also indicted on murder. Devin reportedly contacted a witness multiple times trying to find where Mo3 was on the day of the shooting. According to police, records show numerous calls between Devin and Kiwan on the day before the shooting and the day of. But Kiwan reportedly denied he even knew Devin or had any association with him. So by April of 2021, 2 people are arrested for Mo3's murder. And as you likely guessed it, the story still doesn't end there. Nearly 4 years after Devin's arrest, another arrest is made. Now remember how I mentioned Yella Beezy and Mo3 had beef before Mo was killed? Well, according to police, he set up the whole murder, even allegedly paying Kiwan White money to carry out the ambush attack. Police are keeping pretty tight-lipped on the full extent of Yella Beezy's alleged involvement in Mo3's murder. But if I personally had to guess, it might stem from the beef the two had right before Mo3's death. It's not out of the realm of possibility. We've seen it in other cases, right? So what was the feud really about? Well, you can trace it back years earlier, when Mo3's friend Roy Lee was shot and killed in North Dallas in 2018. He reportedly questioned Yella Beezy's claim on Oak Cliff, a neighborhood in Dallas. Doesn't seem to be a big deal to some, but to others, it's a sign of disrespect to openly question that. Well, Roy Lee was later shot at a shopping center. Then he died from complications from the shooting. A day after Roy Lee died, Yella Beezy was shot 8 times during a drive-by, but survived that shooting. In between that, Mo3 and Yella taunted one another in diss tracks. In January of 2020, Mo3's manager claimed Yella and his crew attacked him when he was leaving a club in Dallas. Then 10 months later, Mo3 was killed on I-35 in Dallas. But again, Yella Beezy wasn't arrested or even charged in connection to Mo3's death until 2025. And Yella Beezy isn't just charged with murder, but capital murder, meaning if convicted, that's life in prison with no chance of parole. Or it could even mean the death penalty.
A big thank you to Odoo for sponsoring us. Odoo is an incredible all-in-one business management software that provides you with a range of applications. Now, one of my favorites is Odoo's website in Dallas. What was your reaction to Mo3's murder, especially the scene of it being in the middle of I-35? But what was your reaction to his murder and just the ambush style of it?
I think you just stated it perfectly. Something that happens like that in broad daylight on the interstate in Dallas is just something that is shocking. So I-35 is one of our busiest interstates here in Dallas, not just in Dallas, but in the state of Texas. And so this particular incident happened not on the interstate, but on the feeder road, which is right next to it, which is also very busy. And so what happened in this particular situation was the vehicle that stopped in front of Mo3 stopped. The person got out of the vehicle, ambushed him with a gun, running towards him, and shot him. He got out of the car running, right, and he was shot as in the back. And so something like that happening at any time is going to be insane and crazy. But happening in broad daylight in the middle of the day is something that is very much so disturbing and something that is not expected.
Not expected in the slightest. And in your opinion, back then in 2020, we're in the midst of COVID, all of that sort. Was there any type of whispering kind of going on in Dallas about who might have been involved back then in Mo3's murder?
I would say that there was definitely some whispering. There's a lot of people discussing these back and forth with both of these individuals on multiple podcasts, on multiple television shows, multiple just media. This discussion was going on because apparently this particular back and forth, a controversy, had been going on for some time. So this wasn't something that was that they didn't know that there was some type of controversy going on. But this particular just killing in broad daylight, I think that is something still to be surprised about.
Yeah, and it's always disheartening, especially too, because, these were both rappers by both accounts, all up and coming, could have gotten to a great point in their music career, into their rap career. But then, something like this, where it feels like you can't really leave the streets behind, something like this happens. And now you have one person dead and another accused of murder for hire. With that being said, what was your reaction to Yella Beezy's arrest just last week?
I mean, you said that so well. This is just something that can halt a person's career substantially. So one person being killed, dying, and another person being charged with this capital murder case. Capital murder is the highest level of a charge that can possibly go forward. The person faces life in prison without parole or the death penalty. So you are facing pretty much the top consequences that our state has to offer in something like this. So this is a very, very serious offense. And so it's a sad situation for both parties.
Absolutely. And why do you think, Yella Beezy wasn't arrested until this year? Mo3 was shot and killed back in 2020. Their feud seemingly widely known, kind of going on even before that. Then they arrested the trigger person just a month later. But why Yella Beezy's arrest nearly 5 years after Mo3 was shot and killed?
So the thing is that on murder cases, there is no statute of limitations. And so the police department has the opportunity to do a thorough investigation. And I actually prefer that they do that. Do all of the research that you possibly can, interview everyone that you possibly can. And that way you make sure that you bring forth the case against the right person. And so it's not unlikely, it's very common actually for cases to be brought years later on cases that don't have a statute of limitations. Other cases, other felony cases may have a 5-year or 10-year statute of limitations, but some don't have one at all. And then in that situation, it's not unlikely for that person to be arrested and a case to be brought against them at a later point.
And I kind of want to go back to your point earlier. We were talking just about kind of what might be behind this murder and kind of what led up to it, but also in the investigation, it taking so many years just to get to an arrest of the person who is accused of orchestrating that. But, it seems that we're seeing more and more of these cases of rappers accused of murder for hire. We've seen it in the Lil Durk case. We've seen it to some extent in the Big U case. Now we're seeing it again in Yella Beezy's case. And one thing that kind of also lingers amongst all those cases is just that people talk. And they talk on podcasts and they talk on video, not necessarily admitting, hey, I done it, hey, I did this, but it kind of helps piece together things that investigators can later use down the line. What's your reaction to just people being, in a way, open, but also closed, but you can kind of read between the lines, and investigators are sitting there watching these types of things happen, and they're probably going to use this as evidence against that person. But what's your reaction, especially in a case like this?
You're 110% correct. I mean, we've seen in multiple cases before where police officers and district attorneys, prosecutors have used song lyrics or, statements made on a podcast or statements made on different platforms in a trial setting. They've used that in the investigation, but even further down in the trial. And so everything that you say on a public platform can be used against you or for you, right? It can be used in your case. And so I think that's something that people have to take into account. But once you release it out on a public platform, it's just like if you try to throw something in the trash, right? You threw it out, but that still can be used in your case, used against you. You thought that you may have to throw it out and it was used years ago, and then somebody comes back, recovers that now, and that can still be used against you. So it's just something for everyone to be mindful of things that they put out, and to be mindful of that it can come back to haunt you or help you.
Especially if it's years ago, people think that, oh, it's just lost, in whatever digital landscape that it may be. But no, it's still there. It's still on the internet. People can still pull it up. Investigators can still use it against you. And it feels like we might see that
this point, we've just entered into the beginning phases of this, or where he's being arrested. I know people say, well, it's been 5 years. How is it still the beginning phase? It is the beginning phase because the arrest just occurred. So the arrest occurred, and then now there is what we call just pre-litigation negotiations, exchange of discovery, things of that nature. And then as that moves on, then he can decide or not if he wants to set it for a trial setting, depending upon what the offer is to him and based on the evidence that supports the charge against him. Now, in a case like this, again, capital murder, unless they're reducing it down or to a lesser included offense, I foresee it going to trial. And so this would probably more than likely be a trial case for him. I expect to see that. And so when we look at this, he's being charged with capital murder for hire, like you said, or for some type of financial gain. So the state would have to prove that he was the person that was behind this, orchestrating everything, and that he had something to gain from it. He was, in fact, gaining a financial attribute from it. And so that's really, I think, where the defense counsel will target. How are they able to prove that he was able to gain something from this and that he was, in fact, orchestrating this all along? And so that's where I would see the defense counsel really building the strategy, because that'll be the most difficult portion.
Do you think it would be wise for him being Yella Beezy, to get on the stand and testify in his own defense?
At this time, I'm not going to say that I don't know enough information about the case and what the strategy is and what the evidence that's being presented against him. That's going to be something that I think comes along with time. And as evidence is presented, then they can make a determination of if it's a good idea. A lot of times
All right, so pretty much, let me wrap this Yella Beezy topic up. It's about to be 2 a.m. We got 115 people in here right now. 115 people in the building. Salute to everybody, man. We have done a 4-hour stream. Salute. 4-hour stream. Over 100 people in here. Salute to everybody who's donated to the Cash App, $ floatable at the bottom of the screen. Salute to all the subscribers that we got right now. I got about, let me show you something real quick. Let me share this with you guys. Can we see this? Right? Let me put it on the big screen for everybody. I just got done. We're wrapping up a 4-hour live stream, and I have a video dropping about 30 minutes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 shorts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 10 pieces of content. I want to put that on live screen. We got 10 pieces of content dropping by the time this stream ends. And I haven't even chopped up 4 hours worth of show yet. So I took a good, what was that? I went live last Friday, posted like Saturday, Sunday. I think probably, I don't even know if I really posted this week for like that. But I kind of took this week, I don't even say I took this week off. I just kind of like chilled out, waited for some news to build up, these stories build up. And we just knocked out a 4-hour stream. It's probably worth a couple episodes, but we knocked out a 4-hour stream. So this should be enough content, enough shorts, enough clips, enough content for me to disseminate through Twitter, through Instagram, through YouTube and Twitch, also TikTok. I want to say thank you to everybody who's tapping in. Like I said, for this Yella Beezy situation, I want to play a lot of this audio because, see, people think Yella Beezy was the villain and Mo 3 was like some hero and niggas hating on Mo 3, and that's why I decided to kill him. No, this was the last nigga who went, the last man alive wins this beef. Nobody was a victim in this situation. I think they were both trying to kill each other, and just one killed the other first. I do feel sorry for Mo 3. I would feel sorry for Yella Beezy if he would have died. I wish I would have worked it out better. And this, along with the WAC 100 situation, along with the Stephen A. Smith situation, I feel like black men, we need to relax with the beef, relax with the going against each other, and just a lot of the friction is unnecessary. And I think if we kept the same energy with a different group of people, we wouldn't have these issues. So once again, Stephen A. Smith, LeBron James topic was dope. The Big U topic we got down, and Yella Beezy topic we pretty much ironed out. Also, the Marvin Sapp topic was pretty funny. Once again, man, I just want to say, like I said, thank you so much, guys. Even right here, I'm gonna show this screen right here. That's why I say, hey guys, Cash App. Just show you guys just a little back end analytics real quick. You know what I'm saying? So just show you guys not capping. We got over 75,000 views. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are growing. The numbers are growing. Numbers are growing, man. The numbers are growing. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's watched the channel. Thank you to everybody who has donated Cash App, Super Chat, who sent me some bread, some words of encouragement. I want to say thank you to everybody who's still in here watching. And like I said, we'll be going live next time some news breaks. We most definitely will be on the Star Report tomorrow. Tomorrow when Star goes live, we'll be on Star Report. We will be promoting this episode in his live and in his community section. So please look out for that and look out for this post in his community section. Please leave a comment. Hit the like button, subscribe. Again, thank you so much, you guys. Another great episode of Perspectives and Facts podcast. This is your guy, Florida Boy J. I'm also looking at a studio downtown I might be recording in, but it just depends because I like to do this show, but I also want to do some more interactive things with the city. But outside of that, just want to say once again, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Have a wonderful night. And thank you to everybody on X, everybody on YouTube watching. And salute, man. Peace out. All right. Be safe. I'm going to holler at you guys later.